0-2. Last year's grand finalists. Tough start to the season, and they face their arch rival in round 3. It's going to be a great game. It kick-starts our live coverage this afternoon. Don't forget the big game coming to you from Traralgon later on this evening, and that is for Traralgon and Morwell. We're live all the way through until about 10 p.m. tonight with local sport. It's great to have your company on TRFM. Our first quarter action is about to join us. It's all thanks to Virtue Homes. My name's Darryl Cooling. My co-commentator this afternoon for Game 1 is Timmy Sexton. Good afternoon to you, Tim.
Scott, always a pleasure to be here, and on a fantastic Saturday afternoon. Weather's fantastic. Great game for footy. No breeze. Should be a great game between these two teams.
Give us your tip, and who wins by how much?
I think Sale will get on the board. I think they can't afford to go 0-3, and I think they'll win by 17 points.
And special comments this afternoon for Carpet Country is Nick Lucchino. Boxer, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Scott and team. Great to be here. I am taking Sale only because they're at home by 21 points.
And Paul Carter, the number one stats man in the business for Gippsland Ozuza Ute, is to my right. Paul, how are you?
Oh, very well, Darryl, and Sale certainly won't want to go 0-3. Only two teams in league history having played a grand final have gone 0-3. It was Maul and Murray near the turn of the century. Both went on to play finals that year, but Sale certainly won't want to have a third loss to start the season, and especially not to arch rival Maffra. It will be a Sale win by about 21 points.
All right, well, I'm going to go with Maffra to cause an upset in this round 3 clash. Going to tip them by a point. Yeah. And the Boxer knew it was coming. And it's good to see the umpires about to get this game underway on time, which will give us a little bit extra time to get back to Traralgon this afternoon, as the first quarter for Virtue Homes is about to get underway. Sale and Maffra, you can tell there's going to be fireworks early. The umpire starts us off, and Kieran Jones does battle with McGuinness, knocked down by Jones to Carr, and he was wrapped up straight away. We're going to do things again inside 10 seconds.
Big match-up. John Butcher with Will Leslie. Will Leslie will run him around a fair bit.
McGuinness taps this one down. Lang was there, trying to bust his way through it again. Third stoppage. Any other matchups, Box?
So Pollard's gone to a tag on Shannon Lang at the moment, but it's too early to actually predict if that's going to be the case.
So third ball up within 30 seconds. Jones grabs it out of the ruck, clears it out to centre half forward. Bedgood was the target, eludes him. Over the back, nicely done, tapped out forward. There was Hutchins of Sale. Leslie now got that one and kicked it towards the wing area, but first back is Shelton for the Eagles. Got wrapped up in a strong tackle, and the umpire said holding the ball, free kick will go in the way of Big Dame McGuinness.
McGuinness will reload and send Sale forward. He's kicked the ball back inside and finds McLaren. Bit of movement forward inside the forward 50. He goes back outside and ends up there with McGuinness again. Slow build-up play here. Everyone's back inside. He goes back inside there and finds Cooper Whitehill. 3 nice short passes of the build-up here as Whitehill kicks the ball inside 50. Going for the mark. Out comes Hutz with the double fister. Clearing kick there comes from Renoy. But the mark is there back and taken there by the old Maffra player there in Holmes. He goes back inside and it ends up with a nice kick, and it finds McLaren about 35 metres out on a very tight angle here, but Sale have used the ball well in his first couple of minutes to get the first shot on goal. McLaren comes in over the 50, launches the ball towards goal. Going to be touched through over the line there by Hutz, and it's a minor score.
Just a little bit there from Sale too. They just played slow play going inside their 50, which just allowed Maffra to just push their numbers back inside. So they didn't have really a lot of options, and they found they kicked deep into the pocket, which where they don't really want to be.
First score on the board after 2 minutes, 1 point to Sale, care of Virtue Homes.
Adams goes straight down the middle of the ground. In the front spot there was Monk for Maffra. Couldn't complete the mark. Umpire lets this go for a little while as Carr tried to bust his way through.
It's battle of the midfield too, Scud. The two Carr brothers and the ball magnet Braden Hunt for Maffra. I'll just go to you.
Tapped over the back. This time it's Lang trying to chase it out. Puts Brunt off. He does well, does Brunt. They couldn't gather the football though. McLaren head over it. Strong tackle back there from Pollard of the Eagles. And again, another stoppage. It's tight in the clinches, Boxer, early.
It is, too, and it's Jack Johnson, Cooper Whitehill and Shannon Lang for Sale. So great little match-up there. Looking forward to that for this afternoon.
McGuinness tried to get over the top of Jones and looked a little bit awkward, to be fair. Good work by McLaren from this stoppage. Burst away. You have a handball inboard, this time to Ronke. That's of the Lockie variety. And inside forward 50 it goes. Nicely done. And taking the mark was Leslie, who's just rolled at a 50-metre penalty as Jack Johnson got dumped from Hutz.
Yeah, he just got sucked him in, Hutz. He got sucked in there by Jack Johnson, and just something he shouldn't have had to do. I mean, Leslie probably had a good chance from where he was. Now he just makes an absolute Monty and kicks there first for the afternoon. So it was a great goal then too, and just some really good look. It might be a little bit of niggle in the game as well. Obviously, we know the rivalry between both clubs, but I dare say Johnson done his homework as well with an ex-teammate of his as well.
Yep.
And got in his ear, and Huts just retaliated, which was just unfortunate.
And we've played 3 minutes into the first quarter. Virtue Home scoreboard sees the first goal on the board. It goes to Sale. They lead by 7 points. 1-1-7. Maffra yet to score.
Ball comes back into the middle. Umpire Cullis is out there today.
Didn't recognise Nick.
Hadn't seen him for a little while. So
Yes.
Balls are about to go up, and Jones and McGuinness will go at it. Jones over the top will give that one down too. The handball there. Lang put his head over the ball. Got a quick kick forward inside their forward 50. Bouncing ball. Tried to go the tap there. In the end, there was Harry Ronke. Couldn't get anything out, but ended up in the hands of Leslie. Pollard's the first one to get to the ball, and he will comfortably see that over there on the boundary line.
You find that Jack Leslie started back on Bedgood at the start of the first at the sign. Now he's playing forward, which I think is a better move because they just take a little bit of height down forward Sale without Descent in the side. So I think it's a relatively good move just to stretch that Maffra back line.
Jones and McGuinness. McGuinness gets the handball, the tap down. Sends the ball forward there. Quick kick out of the pack there. Ends up in the hands of Campbell. He got cleaned up from behind. Quick snapshot on goal was there from Wallace. He wasn't able to put it through, and it went through for a minor score.
Taking Sale to 1-2-8, coming up to the 5-minute mark of the first quarter.
So Boxer, was that an early change? Is that what you're saying with Leslie?
Yeah, they definitely started on Bedgood.
And now they've made a change within.
Put him forward.
Who's on Bedgood now? Who's playing on Bedgood? Has Holmes gone to it?
I think it was Holmes for a little while.
All right, so Pollard has it on the far outer side for the Eagles. A chiselling kick towards Killeran. Couldn't quite gather it. Nicely done to challenge back to the run of Pollard through the middle of the ground. Handballed over the top looking for Carr. His handball found. Jet Killeran. He gets the ball to boot. Goes to half forward. Downfield will be paid. It'll be a Maffra free kick.
No, he's bringing it back, Scud. It's a Sale free kick by the look of it now.
Well, it's coming back to Lang.
No, sorry, it's going back to
Okay, so Jet Killeran has it right in the middle of Sale's main oval. A runner at the back was Carr. Handballs off now to Renoy, who's ran from half back. Now delivers the ball inside forward 50, and Butcher, Big Johnny Butcher takes the mark. 45-degree angle, about 40 metres out from goal. Grandstand side here at Sale. 5 minutes in.
I think Renoy's been the top 5 best players for Maffra over the last 5 or so years. Ever since he come out of Gippsland Power, he's run off half backs just instrumental, and it was perfectly timed kick. And a good lead there too by Butcher. Hopefully he can go. He's got his kicking boots on this afternoon.
So John Butcher with the right foot, kicking boots. Boxer are on.
They are on.
Straight through the middle. The umpire does not deviate from the centre of the goal square and gets Maffra's first, does Big Johnny Butcher.
This could be the difference this afternoon too, Timmy, because they've got a designated forward. Actually two, I think Bedgood and Butcher for Maffra, where no Descent, so they've put Jack Leslie down there. McGuinness will get his time as well down there too. So there's things that are really going to be really evident today that could play a major factor on the outcome of the game.
Maffra's first goal is on the board at the 6-minute mark of the first quarter. The Virtue Home scoreboard has Sale 1-2-8 with a 2-point lead over Maffra, who are 1-6.
Absolutely. Two ruckmen go at it again. Jones gets the tap down, ends up there with Carr, who got the handball out, and he was kicked forward there by Kaloran inside their forward 50 again. Everyone,
great mark.
Great mark there was taken there by Mitch Bown. He was able to take that running back with the flight of the ball. He comes back in board to McLaren. McLaren sees the runner out there. He was looking for it in. Who's out there? That was out there in Butcher from Sale. He wasn't able to collect it. Renoy is able to get the handball forward there. Ends up there with Thatcher. He goes back to Renoy. Bit of 1-2. Renoy's going to go back inside.
Lovely kick.
Unable to take the mark there. Though was challenged. Relieving kick out there from Hutchins for Sale. Went to a 1-on-1 contest. No one was able to get that ball there. Handball then comes out and ends up there with Wallace. He's able to get the handball to McGuinness out on the far wing. Running there through is Lang. Was able to get the handball away though. Coming back in board. Turnover there for Maffra.
Goes in board now towards Carr. His handball into Brunt. Little rush kick, and it just allowed Sale to come the other direction. That was Hudson Holmes, but he lost the football. Jack Killeran really strong and good at the footy. He wins the ball back. Challenges there. Just coughed it up though. Johnson had it and was wrapped up in the tackle. And inside Maffra's forward 50 line, we've got a stoppage. 7.5 minutes in the margins, 2 points. So I'll lead it. Umpire will get us back underway. Butcher will take this ruck work, but McGuinness tapped it down. Out the back, Maffra's got some numbers, however. Whistle's gone, and Jet Killeran's had a bit of an impact on this game early. Will win the free kick. He'll be too far out to score. Yes, Paul?
5 disposals.
Oh, thanks.
You watch this set up play now. It'll go to Carr. Yep.
So handballs off to Carr, and from 55 unloads. It's got the distance and does have the accuracy.
How many times?
The Zambrero goal today.
Ball's coming back.
Hang on.
Ball's coming back. Carr was
Unbelievable.
You're a party pooper umpire. You're absolute party pooper.
What, if he was a umpire in the box here, Tim Sexton, please explain.
So Carr was in the protected area, was told to clear out. He didn't clear out to get the handball.
Okay.
Righto.
Leave it in the hands of the player. Going to give it back to him again. And this could be repeat carbon copy. He doesn't get full purchase on it this time. And it goes out of bounds. Touched right on the boundary line. We've got a boundary throw-in. But
Where's the lack of concentration from Sale? Because
carbon copy.
they've just done it again. And he actually had more room.
He went to the right this time too. The other way, he went to the left. Maybe that was the issue. We've got a boundary throw-in though now. 9 minutes into this first quarter. Butcher shoves the opposing ruckman out, grabs it, and there's in strife, holding the footy. And a free kick will be paid. It's going to go back to Hudson Holmes.
I don't mind if the umpires continue to pay these sort of free kicks, but they've got to be consistent all afternoon. I'm going to actually hold them accountable if they're not.
Okay.
Boxer's on fire already. Holmes relieving kick outside of his
Lovely.
backline. Great.
Oh.
To take the mark there. Ended up being Rowan Diamond in his first game. Ball comes back through Reed, and he's able to find Butcher.
Wow.
Push off and a kick of the goal. Big turnover there in the centre of the ground there from Diamond, unable to take the mark. Reed read it off the hands, and Butcher was all alone. We've got a little bit of a scuffle there. Boxer in the goal square.
Yeah, a little bit of argy-bargy. It's not much, though. A little bit of push and shove. How big's your jumper? How big's my jumper? Make it a bit bigger. There you go. But look, one of these things that say turnovers that kill footy, kill games, and at the moment right now, the drop mark there by first game or two, by the way, we didn't mention that before, to Rowan Diamond. I think his first game today. He played in the reserves last week. I'm not sure if he played in round 1, but we'll just say today's his first game. It was a turnover there at centre-half back for the Magpies, and the turnover resulted in a goal.
4-point lead to Maffra, 10-minute mark of the first quarter.
This time McGuinness tapped it down. Coming the direction there was Johnson. Won it in the middle, cleared it out towards Glenane. And couldn't quite gather it the first time. Maffra's defence has stood tall so far. Little tap forward. Lands in the hands now quickly of Robbins. His kick goes out wide. The target was Thatcher. It bounced and then eluded him and over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. A little bit forward of centre for the Eagles as they now lead by 4 points.
Yes, go just quickly around the grounds thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture. Gippsland in the AFL. It's Port Adelaide 4-3-27. They lead the Eagles 2-4-16 in the start of the second quarter.
McGuinness in the front spot, tapped it down. Whitehill was at the stop of this one. He had his chance to get rid of it and then just got caught and throwing the footy. The youngster Zach Felsberg won it, kicked it towards Bedgood, couldn't complete the mark. Johnson in the front spot, that's Jack Johnson. Gets around one, now kicks his right foot to half forward. Jack Leslie's the target. Oh, underneath some tunnelling play on.
Free kick downfield, mate. Johnson got taken out after he released the footy.
And what concerned me was the umpire that was actually in charge, not Nick Cullis. The other one that was inside 50 wasn't going to pay tunnelling either. So
yeah, Hutt's got under his legs as Leslie elevated. And now the free kick will go to Leslie. Bedgood wasn't happy with that indiscretion. He comes in on Thatcher as well, but Leslie's got the free kick about 60 metres out from goal. We've gone 11 and a half minutes. Kicks towards the leading and nice kick, nice lead completed Campbell. And he was the only one that really presented up the middle of the ground. Boxer, how does an open space like that occur?
just that quick movement, Scud, too, and I think it left Maffra flat-footed as well. So he got on a really strong lead. He led for about 30 metres then before the ball hit him. So he had full momentum and a great kick just to top it off.
So the Magpies trail by 4 points. Tom Campbell's got a shot on goal though, pretty much directly in front, slightest of angles. He'll have to kick it 45 metres, you'd think. Tom Campbell, usually a good kick of the football. And on this occasion, he's just pushed it to the right. So on the Virtue Home scoreboard, don't forget, if you're looking for prestige, Gippsland's custom builder, you can be inspired today at virtuehomes.com.au.
139 is the score for Sale. They trail Maffra by 3 points. The Eagles are 2 goals straight 12. We have played 12 and a half minutes in the first quarter.
Looks like someone's already bagged the footy and gone.
Yeah, so the extra. Oh, here it is. Come down the other side. One's looking on the left-hand side of the net. It's come around the right-hand side, Boxer.
Haven't you ever seen the old ball in the bag trick? You throw that one out and you take the new one and bolt.
Runs in.
Yep, go.
Adams from Maffra. He'll look to bring the ball back in. About to tick over the 13-minute mark here of the first quarter. He goes long. Ball will end up in the centre square, but McGuinness had front spot, but coming in from the side there and taking the mark was Hudson Holmes, ripped it out of his ruckman's hands.
Does realise they're teammates now.
I was going to say, he'll look to reload.
Just asking, do I call that a contested mark?
Called to play on. Ball goes out wide there. Ends up in the hands of...
Looks like Lang.
No.
Rowan Diamond.
Sends the ball forward. Big pack over the mark. Adams with the fist. At the ground there was Campbell. He snaps the ball round there. Unable to get through the goal and pushes it across the face through for another behind.
Looks like Side's prepared to play a little bit of basketball on top of the 50 too, which actually allows the Maffra side to do their own thing inside, which really bottles it up and makes it really difficult for the Sale forwards.
Sale missing some good opportunities here, but they are trailing by 2 points. They are 1-4-10 to 2 goals straight. Maffra ahead on the Virtue Home scoreboard.
So Adams went to the pocket to find Renoy. And the slow exit out of defensive 50 means a long kick down the line, and trying to take the chest mark out of there, probably not the best option was Fleming. It's going to come back inside forward 50 for the Magpies. Butcher was there, that was Josh Variety. Quick clearing kick out though, and taking that one nicely is Geishan. Comes in Boyd, he's got some run, challenges the one right in the middle of the ground. Allison's there as well. Challenge does well, it's a 2-on-1 situation against the Eagles. Allison though for the Magpies now, handballs over the back of his shoulder. Try to find Will Leslie. They've called it a
too high
throw, was it? Too high. They quickly play on. Out the back was Monk. Goes to the fat side. There's no one really out there leading. Butcher was the target. However, it's not going to find him. Finding no one is Thatcher. He'll kick around his body high, looking for Bound. It stays in the field of play. Johnson just tapped it towards Bound and said, go and get it. And Johnson got dumped again. The ball goes over the boundary line. And we'll have a boundary throw in. 15 minutes gone. 2-point margin favours the Eagles.
It just seems like both sides are rushing their kicks too then, because the young fella then had Ed Carr inside 50, waving his absolute bejeebers out, and he wasn't rewarded with a kick.
Leslie and Bedgood in the run contest.
Wallace.
Coming through. No free kick there, and we'll have a ball up. There was a tough contest there as both players just...
Carr and Wallace.
I'm pretty sure this is Adam Wallace's third stint at the club. I think he's gone, come back. Yep, gone, come back.
Leslie and Jones. Leslie gets the tap down there on that one. Boot stuck in there by Cooper Whitehill. Came back out, wasn't able to then pick it up. Got 2, 3, 4 in the contest. Bedgood was good. He got his hands out there. Quick kick around. It ends up with Carr. Carr looks to go long to that fat side again where there's no one other than 4 or 5 Magpies. They'll pick the ball up there through Whitford. And he looks to get the clearing handball out. It ends up with Carr, was cut off well. He comes back in board and finds...
Oh, not quite.
Couldn't get his 2 hands up to it. Leslie didn't put his head over the ball there to get that one. And it's come back out there and it's going to end up in the hands here of Danny Butcher. He goes a quick kick across and ends up with the ball of Alex Carr. And I hope Sale manned up. They haven't. It's gone back inside and good kick there. And ends up in the hands of Thatcher.
That's the difference when you move the ball. Lead. Sorry there, Timmy. It makes a bit of a difference then too when you move the ball quick inside 50 to your forwards and honour the lead that's on at the time.
And Alex Carr's delivered some ripping kicks so far into the forward 50. And Thatcher will kick this one from about 45 on about a 45-degree angle. Comes in off the right boot. Goal umpire moves a little bit to his right, but that's one gone straight through. And that's their third for the afternoon.
There's some really good signs here for Maffra too, especially through their midfield. The inclusion and the return of Kieran Jones, is it Kieran Jones?
Yep.
In the ruck makes a huge difference. He gets that first touch to the mids. They've got a really strong midfield. Both sides have. I just wonder now whether the dominant play of Jones is going to warrant Johnson to make some moves one-on-one inside the centre circle there.
3 goals straight, 18 Maffra at the 17-minute mark of the first quarter. Sale 1-4-10 on the Virtue Home scoreboard.
Well, the best on ground this afternoon, all thanks to Gippsland Isuzu Ute. You can live your own way. Available at Gippsland Isuzu Ute. As, again, no one had a real tap out. Head over the football in the middle of the ground is Maffra though. Kieran Jones was one of those. Blunt's another one. They get the footy out. Out the back there was Monk, quickly tackled by Martin. And the umpire will cross his arms and ball it up. Big moments today, Maul Bowling Club. Pot and Palmer night. Love one of those right about now. Have to wait till 5:30.
After your 38 sandwiches.
Yes, only $20 out at the Maul Bowling Club Boxer. Right up your alley, those cheap deals.
Yes.
Ball now at the top of the 50. And Sala got some numbers through Lang. His handball though missed Martin. Now Maffra come off half back, although he got dumped after he got rid of the football, Lang. So there'll be a free kick being paid directly in front, about 45 metres out from goal.
Actually came Martin, Scuddy.
Yeah, so they played it downfield, I guess.
Okay, yep.
And Martin was the one that he was trying to receive the handball from Lang. So too far out to score, perhaps. There's no breeze. Boxer was out at ground level for Carper Country this afternoon, but Martin's left foot kick from 49 metres is usually pretty good, and he makes the distance all right. It's just what the Magpies needed after Maffra's kicked 3 in a row.
Yeah, a couple of little indiscretions have cost each side goals. There was another one there for Sale. So just a little bit of that spitefulness is creeping in, but it's costing them scores as well. They have made that move in the middle of the ground too, Scud, so Leslie has gone into the ruck. McGuinness goes forward. So it'll be interesting to see what happens from here.
We're back to a 2-point margin in Maffra's favour at the almost 19-minute mark. Virtue Homes scoreboard, Maffra 3 straight 18, leading Sale 2-4-16.
Definitely a goal that Sale needed to get there just to reward their effort so far in this first quarter. As the two ruckmen go at it there again. Neither was able to get the tap down, but Lang was able to get the handball out. Finds his compatriot there in Martin. He got the kick off the ground, wasn't able to pick it up there. Campbell's the first one to the ball inside the 50. He couldn't pick it up. Was then able to be Butcher. He was wrapped. Free kick there going towards Maffra, and it'll be Renoy with that free kick. Look to switch the play. He finds Carr.
He's got Adams on. Oh, it didn't go there.
It's a slow play. I think they were looking for the quick switch. Carr's going to come to the far side. He was taken down after the kick that no mark able to be taken there by Butcher, but he's going to get the free kick against Sale. Danny Butcher. And the half-back flank here for Maffra. Going to come down the wing, and Lang was able to take the ball there in front of Challens and cut the ball off. He goes back inside, finds one with Whitehill. Great kick inside. Got one on. Whitehill. He's got one open.
Oh, he didn't go.
He's gone back towards the square. The Huts, it's a 3-on-1. Huts did well to bring the ball to ground. Geeshan got the quick hands out, releasing ball, and it ends up in the hands of Brunt. Brunt goes to a one-on-one contest. Great work there by Bedgegood into the side. He's got a free open. He's taken 1-2 bounces. He's looking inboard. Kick over the top, and he'll find Thatcher inside their 50. He gives a quick handball off to Bedgegood, who is able to find his leading man there in Robbins. And that was great experienced play there by Bedgegood out on the far wing boxer.
It was pretty, I was actually had a little bit of scepticism there from you, mate, because I thought he had a chance to get the ball off quicker inside 50 when it was one-on-one with Butcher and Leslie. But he opted not to, and his kick actually, fortunately, landed in his teammate's hands.
So Robbins will have to kick it all of 45 towards the hospital end of the ground. He stabs at it, but this occasion just happens to hook it at the same time. And at the 21-minute mark, gets a minor score. The Eagles are still in front, though, Paul.
3-1-19, a 3-point lead over Sale, 2-4-16.
So Hudson Holmes has kick-in duties. Goes short to the pocket where Leslie was there. He can quickly get it over the top to, on this occasion, Hutchins. He's able to run and play on and kick to the wing, grandstand side. McGuinness was the target. Ground level there was Glenane, and the boundary line beats him. Boundary throwing right in front of us. Maffra leading 3-1-19, Sale at 2-4-16. Timmy has a little bit of trouble seeing down at ground level when it comes to the near side.
He's got a little stool.
He has got a bit of stool.
He's standing on the stool.
The umpire is in 10 metres, throws it into the centre square where Brunt over the back was good, kicks it on a nice little lead from Thatcher. He's been good. 1 touch, 2 touch. He's got it in his hands there. Robin handballs backwards to his teammate there, and Monk, and he delivers it towards Bedgegood. Had 1-2 bites at it. Nice ball over the top from Whitford. Sala got some numbers now. Lands in the hand of Allison, but his kick is turned over where Monk takes the mark for the Eagles, who rolls around and plays on.
Monk takes one bounce, delivers from 60 into the one-on-one contest between Leslie and Butcher. Leslie was in front, unable to take the mark, but first back to his feet, and he'll see the ball over there. The experienced way that he is.
Calling for deliberate, Timmy.
They were. Butcher was very happy to stand off him and call for the deliberate, but seen over there in the forward pocket here for Maffra as they pepper the goals as we tick over just 22 and a half minutes gone here.
We need a Zambrero goal of the day, Timmy, right from here.
We do. Butcher
there it is.
Front, tap down, unable to get it. Allison, quick kick out there though from Hudson Holmes, cleared his 50, but it's coming straight back in.
Dumped.
And he was dumped after he kicked it.
That's Edcart. Got dumped. They're going to play the advantage. Thatcher kicked it through the goals, Timmy, but it's coming back to Butcher.
It's couple of whistles have been blown, so they were going to stop that.
So see what he does here now. Be interesting to see if he does the old run around banana, and it looks like he's going to.
He's setting up 2, absolutely. There was Wallace that dumped car 2 outside 50 as Butcher.
He's got 2
already. This will be for his 3rd here in the first quarter. If I've had, he plays on the right banana, and the goal umpire doesn't move.
There it is.
As he delivers a Zambrero goal of the day, and he's 3rd for the first quarter.
Yeah, a bit of a confidence builder there again for Butcher. 2 early goals into the game, and some really handy ones too. Sometimes we've always been a little bit, how would you say, nervous when he's in front of goals because he hasn't got a great record in front of goals. But 2 goals to start the game off is a nice reward. 3, I apologise. He has 2, mark 1 in the goal square. So 3, I'm happy to be corrected.
It's now a 9-point lead to Maffra. We've played just short of 24 minutes into the first quarter, and it's 4-1-25 Maffra on the Virtue Home scoreboard, leading Sale at 2-4-16.
Well, McGuinness again up against Jones, and McGuinness had the run at it. Got his arms chopped in. Jones fell heavily, but quick kick out of the middle from Wallace. So the Magpies going back with the flight, and reading it better was Adams for the Eagles. They seem just a little bit better structurally sound at the moment. As they come in board, the kick was towards Alex Carr, and he was lucky because he got one over the shoulder. Now Renoir's streaming off half pack. He's at his brother Ed Carr. He gave it to Ed. His kick was smothered. Pollard has it. Handles over the top. He's a good size, is Pollard. Here's Danny Butcher. Kicks towards Bedgood. He elevates in front. Nice mark. They got runners everywhere in board. Robbins just kicks it inside forward 50, not to the advantage of Butcher. Then it bounces over the top of the head of Thatcher, and he has to work hard. He's got 2-on-1. Now does... that was Leslie, sorry, back there, not Thatcher. And we've got a boundary throw in. And the player I was looking for there was Thacker, who's actually not playing for Sale because Thatcher's playing for Maffra. But anyway, confusion.
I was wondering why he went with Thatcher, thinking he wasn't there.
They're missing Thacker, is the one I was thinking of. 25 minutes gone. It's the Eagles leading by 9 points. Sale under pressure. In the front spot there was Leslie. Taps it good 15 metres away from that stoppage. Allison did well. Gave it off to Wallace. Then McLaren left it behind. Allows Carr deliver beautifully, and that was Alex Carr delivering to Bedgood directly in front. Another shot on goal. Boxer, they've structured up very well.
There's 2 differences at the moment too. Maffra prepared to get that hard ball inside, to create the turnover. And 50 now because they're lipping off.
He's run straight through the mark. He ran straight through the mark.
Wow. But he was lipping off while he did it, so it's okay.
Well, Danny Butcher, sorry, it was Daniel Bedgood directly in front, and Leslie didn't even bother to man the mark. I'll tell you what, the Magpies are in all sorts of trouble in this first quarter. The Eagles have started like a house on fire, and that's a great goal from Bedgood.
That was the point I was going to try and make, is the fact that Sale have probably cost themselves just with their little bit of undisciplined acts. Late bumps, late tackles, 50-metre penalties we've just seen now as well. So there might be a clear message coming from Johnson at quarter time is to pull their heads in. I'll tell you what, you might be able to hear him from up here. So just those little things might need to be looked at quarter time.
Now a 15-point lead to Maffra at the 26-minute mark.
McGuinness got the tap
Free
down.
kick, Maffra.
I need to give you a quick score. Warrigal versus Leongatha. It's Warrigal 3-5-23. They lead Leongatha 3-1-19.
Harvey Norman Furniture Stores.
Free kick there was given to Ed Carr off the ball. He delivers the ball inside 50. Unable to take their mark there was Monk, but he was first to recover. Went left then right, then swung it around his body, unable to find Butcher. And Leslie will take the relieving mark there, and Sale will want to try and get this out of there as quick as they possible and get to quarter time, so as Johnson can have some words there with him. So Bound, he gets the ball inside. Terrible kick. Be a turnover. Picked up there by Kaloran on the boot, outside the boot.
He had more time.
He had way more time. Maybe talking, but Leslie was the goalkeeper back there on the last line of defence. He's going to kick it outside, but no, the ball was smothered there in all sorts here at the moment. Challenge, ball, and what a great kick and a mark there by Monk. And he'll have a shot at goal. He's been told by his teammates to go back. He plays on the right boot, swings it around, and he's put it in between the goals. And that is a Zambrero goal of the day. What a great bit of play there by Challenge. Smothered the mark, was able to centre the ball, and then Monk with the great mark and the snap around the body.
Oh, well, a 6-goal-2 quarter, it wasn't what we thought it was going to be. And well done to Maffra at the moment, because they're doing everything right, textbook stuff as well. Their pressure inside, the ball moving inside 50 really quickly. And we just saw then, if you get the ball on boot, put the pressure on that defensive side of Sale, and they had no answers then to Monk. And as easy you like, the big banana kick again. Finished off with their 6th.
Message to Sales Defence. Maffra have had 7 marks inside 50 this quarter alone, and that's creating a lot of opportunities. It is now a 21-point margin in Maffra's favour. 27-minute mark of the first quarter. Virtue Home scoreboard. Maffra 6-1-37. Sale 2-4-16.
Wow is all we can say at the moment, and if any side can come back, it is going to be Sale, but it's all Maffra at the moment. They just look better set up right across the ground. Desperation in the middle of the ground there from Carr. Killoran now has it, drives it forward again. Bedgood's in the front spot, got shoved out of it, still kept his feet at ground level. Here's Thatcher. Can he take on Allison? He does. Gives a handle out the back to Brunt. The run from Renoi was good. Now Monk has it. Tries to get around one. He's a right footer. Kicks it to a dangerous spot. Killoran in the spot. Can he mark? No. Good spoil over the back. Magpies now with numbers. Lang gave it across to Thatcher. Sorry.
No, it's Diamond.
Diamond, who was wrapped up in the tackle holding the footy. He hasn't had a good start to the game as Danny Butcher wins the free kick. He's too far out to score. We're 29 minutes gone. He's about 60 metres out. He gets called to play on. The lead go to the pocket of Bedgood. It's a lovely kick. Bedgood, good little work there by the Sale defender. And that was from Hutchins just to move Bedgood off his line. And the quarter time siren sounds. It is all the Eagles. And the Eagles get around each other. Sale a little bit slow to react. It is Maffra. 6 goals in the opening quarter. 6-1-37 leading Sale. 2-4-16. The margin 21 points at quarter time. It is Gippsland live on TRFM of this big Saturday festival of football and netball. And it's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. Thank you. Well, thank you. Wowee.
Boom, boom.
Thank you. Absolutely. Alex Carr's been good.
Quarter, quickly, it is called Controlled Determination by Maffra.
Yep.
Controlled Determination. So,
and what about Sale?
The imbalance, I'm disappointed in Sale. I think their lack of discipline really let them down that quarter, and the scoreboard reflected right on that.
Quick scores around the grounds for Harvey Norman Furniture.
Yeah, Warrigal 4-5-29. They lead Leongatha 4-1-25. Could there be an upset of the year? Probably in the last 5 years if Warrigal can get up from here. Bairnsdale 4-5-29. They lead Druin 1-3-9. Wonthaggi 24. They lead Murray 3. In the mid Gippy, Hilland 4 straight 24 to more or less 139. Moving north 4-5 29 to Tura 1 straight 6. Ballara 5-6 36 to Thorpe 1 straight goal. Stony Creek 117 to Fish Creek just the 1 point. And the siren goes. Over to you, boys.
McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard for the second quarter. Here's Tim Sexton.
McGuinness gets the tap down first and he roves it himself. Gets the handball out Whitehill to Johnson. He's wrapped up straight away in the tackle. And we'll have another ball up here in the middle of the ground.
No massive changes to the sides. I see they probably line up the same they did at the end of that first quarter.
McGuinness got the tap down again. Johnson gets worked off the ball. And he's second back in, wraps up Jones. And we'll have another ball up.
Gee, Jones was lucky then too. His pole drive there, like The Rock did in WWE. Lucky the ground, that middle part of the ground is a little bit softer than the outside.
I think the tackler was underneath Jones too at the time.
It was. Here we go. McGuinness for the third time gets it out. And we're going to have another ball up again.
It's called the DDT, it was called in wrestling, the DDT.
Scud, you take over. Let's see if we can get this ball out of the centre of the ground.
Oh, yeah, let's have a look at it. Jones and McGuinness for the third time, maybe the fourth time. This time McGuinness got it out. Brunt read it nicely. He cleared it out. Got it inside forward 50. Front spot there was Thatcher. Back there is Hutchins for the Magpies. His kick just got outside defensive 50. Maffra set up nicely at the back, although coming through is Freeman. Socketed off the ground, kept it in, close to the boundary line. On the wing he is. He kicks to half forward. Jack Leslie was a target. Adams' underground handball towards the boundary line was deliberate every day of the week, and the umpire said, I'm closer. That's not true. We'll have a boundary throw in.
It's only because they haven't got the to call the decision. So that's some of those massacres in the North Gippsland Football League are starting. Churchill kicked 10 goals in the first quarter, 10-1-61. They lead Hayfield 139.
I wonder if Kearns
probably
or Wangman kicked 9.
Yeah.
Ball back into play here. 1.5 minutes in. No one's really going to get a clean one. A quick tap out the ground might clear this area, but Whitehill said no. Having none of that, we'll have a ball up again.
In the match of the day, we'll stay with the North Gippy. TTU 6-3-39. They lead Yarram 2-2-14.
So again in the front spot, McGuinness. Over the back was Jones. His groundwork was good. Free kick will go in the way of Carr's direction, I believe. And this will be Ed. So on his half-back flank for the Eagles, his team at the moment lead by 21 points. We're into the second quarter. It's great to have your company on TRFM across Gippsland and the Valley. Carr's kick was just a little bit sloppy in the end, and Monk wasn't able to complete the mark. A beautiful Saturday afternoon football. It's great for football and netball as well. We'll get some netball scores for you as well as they come in this afternoon. Some big games, and then stick with us tonight because the big clash between arch rivals Traralgon and Morwell will take place at about 6:30 p.m. Timmy?
2.5 minutes gone, not much happening here. Ball gets thrown back in again. Give that one to Jones over the top, and then he's given it another whack, which has gone 15 metres out to a one-on-one contest. Able to pick up the ball there.
Kieran's been good.
Come round onto his left foot, send the ball forward. Was able to be picked up there by Thacker. He was able to then get the handball off and unable to be cleared there. Was then bound. He got to the left foot cleared, and we got the mark there taken by Brunt. He returns the favour on his left foot
kick
and ends up with the ball there with Thatcher. Thatcher goes straight back inside Bedgegood. Great lead, went back, experienced lead there, went back for 5 metres, then turned quickly on a dime, led forward and has taken the mark out 40 metres out directly.
You use that word perfectly, experienced. He's just been running Hutchins around a little bit, and maybe it's confusing the young fella a little bit too, so he's been able to get off the leash a little bit now, dead in front. 40 metres out directly in front.
Comes in, delivers the ball, it's high, it's pushing across to the left a little bit.
No, it's not.
It's not, it's snuck itself in there.
Wow.
For another goal. And that is Maffra's 7th.
I call him the Enigma, Timmy.
Do you?
I said Timmy. And Timmy? Yeah, did I call it the Enigma? He does things like that. Like he got that close to the man on the mark. The ball went 70 high, and only about that 41 metres long, but it just did enough to get a goal. And he just has that, what do you call it, lays-about way about things, and it just gets things done, doesn't he?
First goal of the second quarter's come at the 4-minute mark. It takes Maffra to a 27-point lead. They are 7-1-43. Sale 2-4-16. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
Jones win the tap again. Killering off the half-forward line. Came in to just tap it towards Carr's direction. And not going anywhere.
Boxer, I would say he's very efficient with how he moves. There's not a lot of action to it. It's very smooth.
So again, Jones tapped us down. Nicely done there by Lang, though. Wallace was under pressure when he got it back. Lang said, I'll come and pick it up, and then run away from the ruckman in. And Jones, 2 bounces, get to 55, took on Hutt, burst his way through, and then put it through the middle for a Zambrero. Goal of the day, potentially of the year.
Yeah,
Shannon Lang, all class.
I don't know how many bounces did you count then, Scud? Three bounces. And when you need a player to step up, when you can have a player like Shannon Lang do that, the ball only went, about 3 or 4 metres high after he's released it, but it was enough there to get it done, and it was a beautiful goal from a fantastic footballer.
And it's a 21-point lead now in Maffra's favour. We've played 5 minutes into the second quarter. Maffra 7-1-43. Shannon Lang's goal takes Sale to 3-4-22 on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
Goal of the day is all thanks to Zambrero. That's one right there, the best burrito in town. Zam, right they do. You can try one at Seymour Street in Terrelgan. And that might be the spark that the Magpies needed.
Jones got the tap down there over McGuinness that time. Monk was great coming out of there. He finds Challenge. He delivers on the lead straight out to Geishan. He turns quickly, goes back in board, and there he is, that man again, the Enigma. Boxer's man, the Enigma.
He is.
He is. He's just popping up wherever he needs to be. Bedgegood takes another contested mark inside 50, and he'll line up for goal again, which will be going for his third.
Did you ever watch that movie, The Encino Man?
Encino
Long
Man.
time ago, Boxer.
He reminds me a bit of The Encino Man.
Okay.
Same hairstyle.
Bedgegood crosses the 50, comes in. Oh, he's left that one out to the...
That's why he's an enigma. One he can do real special things, and then he can do things like that.
And that was a no score. That was out of bounds on the full. And Sale will reload here as we've ticked over 6 minutes here into the second quarter.
I love the way he goes about it, though. He's
Absolutely.
He's awesome.
He sets the tone for them. He certainly does. Ronke comes in. He delivers the ball outside 50. Great long kick out towards the wing. Fleming was up. He probably had enough on it to be called a mark. Unable to get anything out of it. There was Wallace in the end. He's gone back over it. Got a handball out. Johnson throw himself over the ball. There's that man on top of him there in Bedgegood, and we'll have a ball up here. Maffra side of the centre wing.
Timmy,
I think over 7 minutes.
Fleming's just putting his head back on. That's how much the head of it.
So he's in the ruck now against McGuinness. He got his hand on that one, did Fleming. Good work by Whitehill. Got wrapped up, though, by Fleming. Was able to work again, does Whitehill on the bottom of the pack. He's the only one for the Magpies. Wallace comes in to try and give him a hand. The ball trickles over for a boundary throw in. 7 minutes in, and still 21-point margin. 1 goal apiece in this second quarter. Key stats this afternoon for Paul Carter and also Gippsland Ozuza Ute. Couple of stat winners, Paul.
Alex Carr got 10 in the first quarter. Ed Carr's now up to 8.
Felsberg wins that one from the stoppage. Kicks down towards the forward pocket. It goes over for a boundary throw-in.
Jet Killeran is up to 9 at the moment.
Yeah, the youngsters are going well.
What are the inside 50s, Paul?
4-1 this quarter, and last quarter it was 17-10. Maffra winning both, so 21-11 at the moment.
Wow, with a 21-point margin. Again, we're inside forward 50 in the Maffra area. Ball comes to the back. Trying to pick it up at ground level there was Robbins. Just left it behind. The umpire will cross his arms and ball it up. Pass players Hill starting to build nicely. If you haven't got your stubby holder, make sure you head to the bar down there. The Gippsland Live stubby holders. Boxer, you get yours this morning? No, you're asleep. Sorry about that.
Leslie front position. Holmes didn't have the ball and was taken off it, and he'll get the free kick here in and
Cars return to return the football straight to the midriff of Holmes.
No, there was no doubt it was going to hit him exactly where it needed to.
And then he called for the kick, I think.
Holmes finds Whitford on the half-back flank. He comes back in board there and ends up there with Ronke.
Lockie variety.
Short kick finds Holmes. Not quite sure that was the 15, but we'll pay it. Holmes, he's got the short build-up. Well, he didn't go at it. He had 2 looks at it, but Shelton cut it off. Ended up there going with Brunt. He delivers ball inside. 3 go at it. Great contest there by all the players. Ball comes to ground. Butcher's the first to get onto it. He's wrapped up straight away. He had his head ripped off.
And driven into the ground too.
And is now being paid a free kick.
He points to Hudson Holmes as well, but I'm not sure it was poor Hudson on that occasion.
Oh, no, it won't matter who it is. It's always going to be Hudson.
Yeah, that's true.
I think Hudson got him round.
It won't matter.
I think Hudson got him round the head as he was coming through. Here's Alex Carr again looking to push off to try and get his kick there, but I think this is one where Butcher needs to go back and deliver this for
55 metres, Tim?
Absolutely, 55. He comes round, called to play on, kicks it long towards goal, and that one there is as per Bedgegood in the previous kick, out of bounds on the full at the left behind post here at the Sale Main Oval.
It's just what happens when you just try and get a lot of distance on the kick. I think probably the more team effort there would have been just to put it on top of the goal square.
We played 10 minutes, and on the McDonald's Gippsland scored Maffra 7-1-43, lead by 21 points over Sale 3-4-22.
Lockie Ronke goes straight up the middle of the ground to Wallace. There was a neat kick, handball off to Holmes. His kick towards Allison is good. He's got Hutchins if he wants him. He does go to him by hand now. Half-back flank, they run to the wing area. Brunt closed quickly, enough just to cause a little bit of an errant kick. Johnson was under pressure with his handball. Fleming handballed back now to Hutt, so he gets it out to Pollard. He goes backwards again to Danny Butcher. They go backwards by hand to Renoy. His kick around his body's a bit of a scrubber, but it's going to work because Brunt's on the far side. Left foot kick, beautiful out the front of Bedgegood. Lands at his toes, bound closed. Bedgegood fell over, was able to pick it up again. Now he's got some space. Butcher's on a lead and doesn't quite hit him. It gets to the goal square. Butcher runs back. He gets shoved in the back. The umpire said no. It was in the side. Will Leslie was smart. He goes to ground. Butcher closes, tackles him over the shoulder. And Will Leslie was under pressure 2-on-1. He did well though.
Absolutely he did. And Leslie goes across goal, but he's able to there find, and he ends up there with Hudson Holmes.
Sorry, I've given you the wrong player there. Holmes is in the pocket. Just trying to work out who that might be. Bound, I think it is.
It is Bound. He's bound. He goes long, clearing outside 50. Ball's just held up there. Comes to the front of the pack. Bedgegood got the handball out. Ends up there with Carr of the Ed variety. He puts it forward there. At Holmes, he goes and takes a strong contested mark and may turn it there by Alex Carr. Holmes taking the relieving kick. Well, actually takes one bounce. Still going. Crosses the 50, delivers the kick out onto the wing, looking for Johnson. The coach was 1-on-4, and it ends up there with Felsberg. He got the handball out to Reed. Reed back towards Hutz. He comes centre ground. Oh, Danny Butcher with the spin move. Clever. Delivers a ball forward. Over the top of Bedgegood. Allison's going to lead back with the ball. And there Ben Brunt just gives him the shove across the line, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
We've played 12 minutes, and the inside 50s at the moment are 7-1 Maffra's way, and Maffra's one was that run in by Shannon Lang.
Sales one, you mean?
Sales,
yeah.
Sorry, yes.
Just the work rate. Yeah, Maffra's work rate. They're just prepared to spread, and when the ball's out of their hands, they're prepared to work hard to get to their man and really bottle it up, and then they're risking. They're taking that risk, they're peeling off, and they're running.
So ball comes back in. Into a dangerous spot. It cleared the two ruckman's head. Pollard was back there. He's a strong body. Couldn't win it on this occasion. Quick kick out of defence from the Magpies on that occasion was from McDonald. Wallace just shuffled it. It was a tunnel ball. And he's been pinged for throwing the footy.
He didn't, did he?
He tunnel balled it.
No, he
did tunnel ball. He had it and he threw it between his legs.
It was a good tunnel ball.
It was a good tunnel ball.
It hit his team, mate.
You can't do that. There's Alex Carr, drives it back inside forward 50, Butcher's the target, in the front spot, just dropped at his toes, couldn't mark it, works hard at ground level again, Holmes kicked it off the ground, keeps it in, no, and in front of the scoreboard, we'll see another boundary throw in 13 minutes.
This is the youngest we've seen a Sale backline before, though, too. You know, we've had some experience down back, and we haven't seen that today. And Johnson's, you know, putting a lot of faith in a young backline only with the experience of Will Leslie there. So they've really been taught a new card at the moment.
It's Gippsland Live. It's the second quarter, and it's thanks to McDonald's. Don't forget the MyMaccas app. Download it now.
He's just taking a specky in the ruck.
A specky in the ruck. He's come in his second time. There is that enigma. He's just gone straight over the top.
And the umpire said, no, it's fine. Will Leslie hasn't got up for the last 3 minutes, but he's fine.
I'm not sure that was right in the ruck contest, but anyway, it's moved on.
He's still down, by the way, Leslie.
Yes, McDonald got his kick away. He was tackled as he did it. Butcher's in front over that side. Danny Butcher.
The Eagles are all over him today. They're all over the Magpies at the moment.
Delivers the ball back inside, and great, strong contested mark there by Pollard. Lang made him earn it. He pushes back. Sale are trying to drop a couple of players back, but it's not having no effect as Pollard delivers the ball to the top of the square. Butcher waited down the back. Sale went up 1-2. Got the handball out there. and rushed through for a behind. There was Freeman in the end, try and take a bit of sting out of this game for the Sale team.
That takes Maffra to 7-2-44. They lead by 22 points over Sale, 3-4-22.
McDonald's My Macca's app is the only place to earn and redeem reward points when Macca's delivered. Get it today. As Lockie Ronke likes to play on and kick a thumping kick straight down the middle of the ground. He's a long kick, gets to the middle. Jack Leslie couldn't mark it. McLaren in the front spot. Here's their second time inside forward 50 for the Magpies in this quarter. But Cade Renoi was good. He come off his line off his opponent and he caused the spoil. Got it towards Edcar. Now Renoi runs on, received a handball, kicks down the line and does it absolutely perfect.
So there's a
out of bounds, ball in.
100 metres gain then from Renoi.
Yep.
That started deep inside, Sale's forward 50, and he's got it to there, just outside their 50 arc.
And if he doesn't come and take that, Sale are running into that 50 as you'll call it, Scud, and looking at their second shot.
And two possessions involved.
So Leslie in the front spot got one over the shoulder from the ruck contest and wins the free kick. He goes in board. They got some room in the middle. It's in the hands at the moment of Diamond. He goes further out wide to Bound. He's got some space on the wing. He can run and carry and have a bounce. He decides to kick it. And I'm not sure he's picked the right option on that occasion. Take the grass that's in front of you. Because Maffra had some numbers and Renoi were able to clear it out to Felsberg, who marks at his defensive 50.
Felsberg hits the lead up there from Gippsland on the far wing here at Sale. A Bound got a hand in there to affect the marking contest and was able to see the ball over the line there. I think that was out there was Brunt, who's done a fair bit of work so far in this first quarter and a half. I think he might have been a little bit cooked over there on that far side. As we just tick over 16 minutes gone here in the second quarter, and we're just umpires have pulled a free kick out of it. I didn't see what was happening, but it's gone. It's downfield. And I'm imagining that it's got something to do with some, let's just say the player probably wasn't happy with some of the decisions that were being called there by the umpire. Has Maffra looked to take the ball out onto the far wing and have kicked the ball out of bounds on the full. True centre wing on the far side for Sale, and they'll look to reload. As we said, 16 and a half minutes gone, and they currently trailing Maffra by 22 points.
So far side of the ground, Sale have been stagnant all day. They come in board to McLaren. They've just had no movement across centre half forward, other than I reckon Jack Leslie's probably about the only one. They kick down the wing. It lands in the hands out there of Diamond. His kick finds a teammate. He's Lang. He's too far out to score. Lang can find Jack Johnson, and there's two handy players you want the ball in. And that is Lang and Jack Johnson. He's slight angle. Will kick it 45 metres. And if this is a coach's goal, he decides to handball it off to Hudson Holmes, who has a flying shot at goal and missed. I understand what he was trying to do, Box, to get him into the game and being the ex-player that he is at Maffra, but it's a coach's opportunity to really get him back into this, and I reckon take the moment.
Yeah, the decision was probably the wrong one for him. He'll probably ruin it later on. He's a beautiful kicker goal. I don't understand. He was right in range as well.
3-5-23 Sale, trailing Maffra 7-2-44, 17 and a half minutes played. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
Huts kicked the ball back out, but it ends up in the hands there of Allison, who comes back inboard. And
Johnson's got it again.
So
this is where the handball would be handy.
He's 55 out.
Correct. Yeah, he's looking to give it off too. Not sure what's
Ronke can kick a long one too. Lockie is a long kick of the footy.
Absolutely.
But he's a right footer, so Carr stops that one.
He's still looking around Johnson. He's not confident. I don't think he's gone back far enough, Scud, to get a full run up. So I reckon he's either going to dish this off or put it at the top of the square, which is what he does. He launches it to the top of the square. And he unopposed. The only one that flew there was James Reed. And that probably just sums up so far what Sale have been putting out there at the moment. So his clearing kick goes out to the far wing. Able to be worked off there, though, by Sale. He brought the ball back inboard. Clearing punch. Unable to get the clean hands there, though. We've got a handball out there. Was Harry Ronke. Ooh.
Johnson again.
Johnson head over the ball. Got taken high. Looks to play on. He's been tackled straight away. Got the handball. Kicked the ball up there, though. In the end, with that one was Josh Butcher.
Repeat.
And again, uncontested mark there. I read he'll release the ball coming to the grandstand side. Butcher goes up against Leslie. Great smart contest there. Worked the ball out. Ends up in the hands of Challenge. He's got a handball over to Butcher. Sale have got the numbers here and they should be able to work it out. They do, with Allison across to Whitford. And his kick ends up in the arms of Wallace. Wallace needs to go quickly here before Maffra can get themselves set up, but he's not. It's been stagnant as they've been all day. Called to play on. Puts the ball up, 35 out. Hutz.
Free kick.
Body.
No, in the back they called it.
He's got into his back. He didn't need to do that. He had him and Reid were side by side here against Freeman. And Freeman will have the shot at goal from about 30 metres out on a 45-degree
This is a big difference when they haven't got a player like Descent down forward, where they can actually look for a big target. What I would do now is put Dane McGuinness forward. If they're going to get the ball inside 50, they need a contest inside that goal square. 20 out, they need a contest.
Freeman coming in, crosses a 50 in towards goal. Important kick. Sends it on its way, and it's working its way back to the left a little bit. And it's marked directly on the line. Wasn't shepherded through there by Campbell. And Reid again. That's 3 big marks he's taken right on the goal line. And Maffra will repel the Sale attack again once again.
Yeah, they come to the near side where Felsberg has it. Goes back inside on the 45 to Alex Carr, who takes the mark and loves to play on it. He does that. Has a bounce. Goes to the far side of the ground. He's got Geishan on it, finds him. We've travelled 20 minutes in this second quarter. Handled out to Renoy. Chiseling kick down the line to Adams. Marks on the wing. Transition's been good. Adams just went backwards to Carr. That's Alex. Right foot little kick again to Renoy. They're getting involved, the backline players of the Eagles. Renoy's kick's a beauty to Jet Killer, and he can play on and run to 50 and then kick it to his opponent. And Bound takes the mark. Mitch Bound quickly plays on. He gets the switch kick to Leslie. Gets towards the grandstand side. Allison's there and he can find him on the chest. The Magpies trail by 21 points. Allison inboard and finds a teammate in Josh Butcher. Sorry, on that occasion it's Whitford. Checks his kick. Still in defensive 50 where Holmes has it for the Magpies. Goes to the top of the defensive 50. Mitch Bound can give it back to Holmes if he wants. He does by hand. Right in the middle of the Sale main oval. Drives it inside forward 50. The target is Johnson, but the front spot is Hutz. And the defender, the strong, angry-looking defender, James Hutz, repels that one and gets it back to Alex Carr.
Alex Carr he plays on quickly, gets around Holmes on that big raking right boot, sends the ball forward, ends up in front of Bedgegood by about 10 metres. He leads to the ball. Handballs handballs it over the top. He's going to get it back, and he's tried to give it another dinky little handball back again, but it wasn't able to get through the Sale defence. And we'll have a boundary throw in inside the Maffra's forward 50. They currently lead by 21 points.
How good's our man, the Hutz? Hey? He's the man with the lot, isn't he? Our Pizza Hut.
He is Hutz. He's got it all, hasn't he?
Do you get it? One with the lot?
Yeah, I got you. Okay. I got you. It wasn't about as funny as all those been for the rest of the year. Kick off the ground, unable to be taken there from Maffra and Hutchins. He'll release. Finds Leslie at the 50. He's got to go quickly, and he's got Allison on if he can get there. So kick, puts it on his head. And great work there in the end was done by Shelton. He's able to repel the
ball up.
Repel it from the Magpies, and we'll have a ball up here right in front of the grandstand on true centre wing.
Boxer, we didn't have your Boxer's joke of the day.
You've got it at half time, it's coming.
Have we? Okay. Oh, listeners, stay tuned. It's 22 minutes gone. We all want to wait for Boxer's joke of the day. It's coming at half time.
It can't be any worse than last week's.
No, that's very true.
Terrible.
It's all in the delivery, isn't it?
Terrible. I've learned a lot from last week.
The Maffra's been fantastic in this game so far. They lead by 21 points. They got it out to a game high 27 points. And now it's out to 21. There's a big fist there from McGuinness, and Lang, strong, doesn't deviate. Robbins came off the line and tried to pick him off, but didn't work. Jones just gave it to his opposition ruckman, and McGuinness just sat on the free. And the umpire said, let's have a rest, boys. We'll ball it up. 23 minutes gone. I've just had a message come through, Boxer, that you need to do better about the Pizza Hut joke. So they're all looking forward to half-time. As McLaren tried to handle to a teammate. He missed him. Brunt and Lang lock horns. And the umpire balls it up. 23 and a half minutes gone now. 21 points is the margin. Anticipation builds for Boxer's half-time joke.
That would have come from Pinhead Popplestone, wouldn't it?
No, it wasn't. There's a big tap from McGuinness. Doesn't clear the area. Martin tried to pick it up and then handle to a teammate. Couldn't do so. Here's Pollard. Tries to tap it forward. Does well. Robbins sweeps a handle out towards Monk. We know that he's got some wheels. He gathers it. He's a left footer. He chips towards Bedgegood. Goes over the back. No. Well done by Bedgegood. Second effort was very good. Back there. Nicely done. Hutchins able to relieve the pressure. And Lang tried to take the one-hander. kept his feet in the end, kicks an upside down drop punt to the wing, and picking that off is Carr. That's Ed. He plays on quickly, goes inside 50 to Bedgood again, and Holmes. Bedgood puts one hand up. Holmes tries to tap it to his advantage. He's outnumbered though. Maffra's got some support. Here's Cade Renoi on the right boot, gets shoved as he kicked it. And it goes out of bounds on the full, no score, still 21 points.
Should we say with the amount of entries they've had inside 50 Maffra that Will Leslie has been on top of Butcher this quarter?
Inside 50's Paul, let's vote that stat up.
13-8, Maffra's way.
Yes, potentially.
He's kicked the goal this quarter.
You're right.
Ball comes back into a one-on-one contest. Unable to take it. There was Freeman. Could have got the free kick. Nothing paid. 1, 2, 3 come into that one. Martin wraps it up. Ball comes back out of there. Quick hands back.
Oh.
He got barreled there as well. There's Bedgood. Puts his head over it. Was able to pick it up.
He works hard.
Wet. Finds it out there with Reed. Reed, quick jumping kick in board.
Brunt.
And Brunt takes a strong mark.
Huge moment, Timmy.
Absolutely. And the Sale 1, 2, 3 defenders all put their hands up and said, well, who had him? And that's probably been the story of the day in that Sale backline. They've held up well at times, but unfortunately at the moment they continue to get beaten.
Big moment for the Morwell Bowling Club right here, right now. 21 points it sits at the moment, Timmy. If they stretch this to 27 in red time of the second quarter, it will be huge.
Absolutely. Brun on the left comes in, delivers the ball, and has just pushed it across the face of goal for a behind.
Now it's a 22-point lead to Maffra, and we've played 25.5 minutes at the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. Maffra 7-3-45 to 3-5-23.
Don't forget, earn and redeem reward points when you order McDelivery via the My Macca's app. Hudson Holmes plays on, gains an extra 10. Drives it into the middle of the ground. They persisted with this kick down the middle like they did last week as well, Boxer. But Lang was there. Half back for the Magpies. We know he's good. He turns around and kicks to half forward. Johnson the target. Reed all over him. Johnson shuffles it backwards to Freeman. No throw. Freeman puts it on a tray and misses. And that was the big moment for the Morwell Bowling Club. Right on the half-time side. They could have got it back down into the teens. But as it turns out, it's all Maffra still. We only had one goal each in that second quarter. And the margin now is 21 points as it was at quarter time. The score sees Maffra 7-3-45 leading the Magpies 3-6-24. This is Gippsland Live. It's half time and we do it for Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.
Thank you. I'm a little bit parched.
Thank you.
I might have a drink, I think. I'll go down there.
I don't know if there's too many winners on the park for the Magpies.
No, there's not. Lang, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But when McGuinness comes off to rest,
I just think they're a different side. I think they're just...
yeah,
Why? Listen.
How leg weary are they from Sunday? Do you think?
That could be an issue. That was heavy last
They
week.
look a little
yeah,
bit, they look a little bit pooey.
So,
I don't like them.
But it's no Thacker, no Pendlebury.
Yeah.
He's massive.
And Home. No, sorry, Home's the other way. Yeah.
No Pendlebury back
Yeah.
there is massive for sale. Because a couple of
Welcome back. We've composed ourselves after Boxer's joke of the day. Went down like a lead balloon, but third quarter action is about to get underway, all thanks to McDonald's.
Not by my fans, Daryl.
No.
They're very happy with the comeback from last week. I suppose anything would have been better than last week.
Third quarter about to get underway. 21 points in favour of the Eagles at the moment, away from their home deck. McGuinness got the tap down to open things up. Cooper Whitehill tried to tap it to Lang. Head over the football. He went to ground, then lost the footy. Kick off the ground by Carr. Goes to half forward for the Eagles. Challenge the underground handball. Then Carr just gave it back to Lang. Can the Magpies make him pay? No, they can't. They lose the footy. And going back to win it was Challenge. He kicks to half forward as Brunt has 3 bites of it. Play on to the umpire. His groundwork was good. His left foot kicked to some open space. Out in the front there of Killeran. Closing quickly though was Whitford. Killeran did well. He handballs back to Danny Butcher. And Danny Butcher lowers the eyes and hits Challenge on a lead. The Eagles start the third quarter like they finished the second box.
Yeah, Scud, we were talking about Jack Johnson at half time, just off air.
Handball off to Carr, who unloads from 51. It's not going to have the distance. There's going to be no mark on the goal square. Thatcher did well. Now the numbers favour the Magpies. They clear it out through Leslie.
Leslie gets the ball outside there to a one-on-one contest, and we've got the ball over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw-in.
I see Rangison's still going around here for Maffra. He's been around for a long. He must be 50 nearly, surely. He's been around for a long time.
Still going well though.
Going real well.
Not sure he's 50.
He's a couple of nice hit-up leads as the two ruckmen go at it again. Jones, the great tap down, ends up there with Runt, kicks a ball forward, unable to take the mark there though, but on the ground there though was Thatcher. He gets around on the right boot across the face of goal, and we'll go out of bounds for a boundary throw in about 5 metres around from the Maffra goal. But they've started the same way they finished the second quarter, full of running and on top of the Magpies at the moment.
And 2 inside 50s early.
We're going to have Butcher. He's going to go do the ruck work against Leslie. Give that one to Leslie. Got the handball down.
In trouble, Ronke. Yeah, holding the footy.
And he's been paid holding the footy.
This guy's been good for Gippsland Ozuzi today.
Absolutely. Jet Kaloran. He's
Killeran? Kaloran.
Nah, it's Kaloran.
Kaloran.
Tim's right.
Oh, you call him Killeran. I call him
My
Kaloran.
English language is pronounced very well.
It's pronounced very well, is it?
And Boxer's joke was gooder than last week.
And he comes in from 30 out. This is the Morwell Bowling Club big moment.
Wow.
And they've started it just how they finished it, and he puts it straight through the middle.
No, I meant to say my pronunciation
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're done.
of the English language is renowned. Holy moly, how did I get that stuffled up? Well, go over to you, Paul. I know how.
It's a 27-point lead to Maffra at the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. The McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard has the Eagles on 8-3-51, leading Sale 3-6-24.
Well, all you guys tipped Sale by decent margins in the end, 21 and 17 thereabouts. I was the only one that tipped the Eagles, and they go forward again, this time through Carr. That was Ed. Gets inside forward 50. Hutchins, though, for the Magpies. Gathered it, kicked around his body. Blunt has been good early. Martin tried to move him out the way. The numbers favour the Eagles again, and Monk got strong tackle from Wallace. And the umpire said no prior opportunity. We'll have a ball up. Carr shoved Wallace back into Monk, who was just still feeling the tackle. And we're going to ball up right in front of the Maffra coaching box. 3.5 minutes into the third. They've already got one, have the Eagles. Free kick. The non-officiating umpire has found one going to the Magpies' way, and Kane Martin will be the free kick recipient. He's on his half-back flank. Kicks down the line. Target is big Jack Leslie. In front of him was Freeman. Doesn't quite get to him. The fist goes over the back where Hutz is there. Handballs over the top now to Shelton. He goes by hand to Adams, who handballs back now to Hutz. Kicks it high towards the grandstand side. No one can mark it. Brunt does some heavy lifting there. Then he just sits on the footy and the umpire says, my ball, we'll ball it up.
Another bloke doing some heavy lifting.
You don't have to worry about that.
He might have to sit down and pee as well.
McGuinness and Jones go at it. McGuinness over the top, got the tap down. Lang wrapped up straight away. Was able to get the handball out though. Ends up with Whitehill. He's wrapped up by Jones. Disposed of the ball. Carr swings around onto his right foot. That was Ed Carr, but it's landed in the hands of Hudson Holmes. He's looking to move the ball quickly. Kicks the ball inside 50. Leslie's the target. Goes up against 2. Martin was at the ground. He's able to rove it. Picks it up. Got the handball over there. And able to get the next handball over there to the coach in Johnson, who's able to then put it through the big sticks. And able to get their 4th one of the afternoon. And very much important one, Boxer.
Yeah, good call there, Timmy. The thing I was going to say before was we were talking about Johnson at half time. Where does he go? Does he throw himself into the middle and give him a bit more bite, or do he go forward and give him a bit more bite down that way as well? And he started the quarter at full forward, and he's kicked the first for Sale in the quarter right from where he thought he might have been.
And that restores the half-time margin of 21 points. It's on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. Maffra 8-3-51, leading Sale 4-6-30. We've played 5.5 minutes in this third quarter.
Can they string a couple of goals together? They haven't kicked back-to-back goals today, the Magpies. Very rare. As again, knocked down by McGuinness. Coming through at pace was Alex Carr, but got wrapped up in the tackle box.
Yeah, they've had a few of their players. Like Whitehill's been, quiet compared to the games we've seen him play. So there's still a bit of upside there for Sale if they can get their motors running.
McGuinness tapped it down, bounced straight back to him. He was able to kick it towards half forward. Wallace couldn't complete the mark. Danny Butcher gave a handball off to Renoy, who got it to Carr. It's Ed. Kick around his body. It was going to be a turnover. Freeman gave an inboard one to Glenane, twisting and turning. Then coughed the footy up. Alex did well. Carr by hand to Renoy. Chip kick to the wing. Thatcher can elevate and can't mark. Spoilford was bound. Close to the boundary line. Over it goes. And a boundary throw-in.
Gee, both the Carr boys are good. Imagine if they both come at you. You just give them the ball, wouldn't you? Like, just don't even put up with it. They're tremendous.
6.5 minutes gone. Third quarter.
Tremendous.
20. That's a good word you've used. It's common for most of us. But ball comes back in. Shoved out there from Kieran Jones. Just blazed away. Got it at half forward. Good contest. Numbers favour the Eagles again. Alex Carr got one over the shoulder when he picked the footy up and wins the free kick. He's too far out to score even by his lofty height, so he chips it out wide to Robbins, and Robbins can lower the eyes to Bedgood, who can mark. It went just the required 15 and in front of Hutchins. He takes the mark 45 metres out.
A good lead again, just open them up.
Chips over the top, Bedgood, again just 15. No, the umpire said this one was 14. Play on, and now we'll have a stoppage.
Just those little things like that. I know it's a team play and maybe a little setup for them as well, but it was inside 50. Within his range.
McGuinness goes against Bedgood. He wins the tap down. Coming through there, though, was Challenge. Unable to get anything happening there. It'll be wrapped up, and it's just inside Maffra's 50. We've just ticked over 7.5 minutes gone here in the third quarter. 1 goal each. McGuinness uncontested, brings the tap down, but goes nowhere with it. Challenge tried to get through, wasn't able to get a hand on it. Glenane for Sale was in there. 3-4 bodies on top of that one.
McGuinness is winning the ruck work, but the clearances are going Maffra's way 4-2 this quarter.
Boxer, and that's the work rate. Maffra, desperation and effort to work hard at ground level is so much more superior than the Magpies today.
At the moment it is, Scott, and I haven't even seen Sale even trying to emulate what they're doing at the minute too. So that's just what they need to do.
No, they haven't responded at all.
Free kick comes out of that one, and it ends up in the hands of Cooper Whitehill off the ball. He brings the ball to the grandstand side and finds Leslie, who's run off from Butcher.
They just don't want to pull the trigger. They had 2 leads. With 5 metres, they just don't want to pull it.
Absolutely. Slow play, and then it goes on to the wing where it's a contest between...
And this will be out of bounds.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
And Adams comes flying over the back and knocks the ball out.
You've got a problem when you go down the line and the biggest player you can find is Lang.
Yeah,
and he's only 5'8", and it's just
when they had the 2 options on, they had the 2 short options on. McDonald and Wallace were the 2 that led.
Jones works to the front, gets the tap down, unable to get anything clear out of it though. Maffra were able to bring the ball forward. Holmes picks it up, he just throws it on the boot, and great mark there taken by Ed Carr back in the middle of the ground, and he'll look to reload again for Maffra, who again. Sale is still in this game, 21 points down. Maffra have got all the play. They just can't see Sale taking any ascendancy away from them there. As Bedgood in front, 1, 2, strong, nice grab in front there. Renoy was going to go to his left, now it's ducked around to his right.
1-on-1.
Get it. Butcher's called for it, dropped it straight in front of him. Bedgood, great kick, great hands by Butcher.
Touched to be touched.
Off the boot. Kick around the corner there was in there by Kaloran. Holmes on the last line of defence takes a relieving kick out to the far
free kick.
He got his self-tunnelled free kick. Advantage has been paid by Sale. Here they go with runners on. Ends up in the hands of Diamond. His kick went to space. Campbell leads the race to the ball. Great tackle there, though, in the end by Adams, able to keep the ball in play. Hutz comes across. All players jump on it. Hutz shoves the Sale blokes across the diamond, across the line, says, welcome to Gippsland League footy, and we'll have a ball up 55 metres around from the Sale goal.
I reckon Hutz would have said, would you like anchovies with that?
And no, don't think so. No. 10 minutes in, third quarter, 21 points the margin. Jones tries to just win it and just run through a Sale defender. Couldn't do so.
I might give up the pizza jokes, I think.
Yeah.
I think Pizza Hut's done for the day.
Yeah, I think you should.
I'm copping a bit here.
Right in front of the pass players hill. They won't be happy with what Sale's put out so far. Running onto this one is Felberg's. Little chip kick off the ground towards Kaloran. Now Brunt was there to give him a hand. He dives on the football. Looking for the free kick on that occasion was Diamond. Umpire said, well, my ball. 10.5 minutes now.
We'll quickly go around the grounds thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture, Gippsland, and in the AFL, Port Adelaide 12-9-81. They lead the Eagles 6-8-44.
McGuinness tapped it down close to the boundary line. We're going to do it. Any other scores there? Boxer for us.
I'm just going to get to them now.
Harvey Norman Furniture. Don't forget massive outdoor clearances on now. Up to 50% off outdoor stock across the stores for a limited time only.
No, I don't yet, Scott.
Boundary throw in. 11 minutes back here. The score I can tell you is 21 points. Maffra lead it. Lang's kick was smothered from the stoppage. McLaren was there. Took on the tackler of Felsberg. He might be gone. No, the umpire said. Play on. Lang handballs backwards to a teammate in Ronke. That's Lockie. They're under enormous pressure and eventually they cough the footy up. Now trying to get it back now. There's Lang. He says, I'll get it and I'll give a nice clean handball to McDonald. Or that was Butcher. Josh. Kick though is going to be turned over by Shelton on the half-back flank for the Eagles.
Shelton comes down the line where they've got numbers here, Maffra, but it ends up with Holmes who cuts it off. 1-2. He's going to keep the ball in front of him, throws it onto his right boot, gains about 40 metres. He's pushed over the boundary line. Ball was kept, thought the ball was kept in play there by Campbell. Thought he'd done a great job. Boundary umpire thought differently. And we'll have a boundary throw in inside. Sales forward 50. So we tick over the 12-minute mark with Maffra still leading by 21 points here in the third quarter.
Tim, you've only got the one score that's really up to date at the moment. It's Wonthaggi 6-3-39. They lead Maui 3-7-25.
Big game down there at Wonthaggi. As Brunt gets it on the left boot, throws it out towards centre wing. 2-on-2 contest. Way to go back with the ball there was Thatcher. Bound, he got taken high. No free kick paid.
I'm not sure what the umpire was looking at then. I think
I'm not sure what he was.
Quite clearly
ripped his
too high and
ripped his head off, but apparently not. So
what about thinking about Pot and Palmer at the Mall Club tonight, eh?
Yeah, $20.
Fleming goes up against McLaren. McLaren got the tap down there, not 15. Play on. Pollard comes running through from centre ground, goes forward. Butcher up against it. Leslie did well to turn his body to get his eyes onto the footy, and Sala will clear the ball through Holmes.
Got numbers out.
They have. They've got 3 out there. It's a raffle with it, and it ends up in the hands of McDonald. He goes on, runs long, and goes to a 2-on-1 contest, which was nothing between Leslie and Hutz. Absolutely should have carried the ball, Scud.
Yep.
They had plenty of ground to do it with. Maffra have got the ball. Renoy's held onto it with it when he didn't have the ball. Play on, said the umpire. Just trying to get clear hands out of there. We've ended up in the hands of McLaren. He throws it onto the left boot. 1-on-1 contest forward. Right on, Shelton got the hands in there to contest the mark and run it through for a rush behind.
That's a difference confidence makes too. Freeman back in the day would have marked that 1-on-1. You know, Shelton gets the hand just gets in the right spot and they get a rush behind.
Boxer, what about the half-back where you run and carry out of there? It's 3 on, well, there's no one around them. One comes and then you continue to run and draw.
So half-back one is actually dominating the game at the moment compared to what Sale have been able to do.
So the Eagles have transferred the footy through Reid. It's out towards Monk now on the half-back flank.
4-7-31 Sale, Maffra 8-3-51, and we're on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, almost 14 minutes played.
20 points a margin. Monk's kick went down the line and Leslie took the intercept mark. That's Jack. Inboard kick to Wallace. Better build up. Handball over the top to Lockie Ronke. Well done there on that occasion from Thatcher. Ronke had to go back and get it. The handballs go backwards. Hudson Holmes is under pressure. His handball gets out to the teammate McDonald. His handball goes backwards. Geishan and Ronke. Good work by Ronke now. Holmes sidestepping a couple of defenders. Squares the kick out laterally, and that's a good switch. Found Bound. He's got a runner in Diamond. Sit up for him. It does. He turns around on the right foot, puts it to a hot spot. Jack Johnson's back there. So's Hutz. So's Reid. So's Geishan. And Geishan wins it. Kicks it out towards Carr. That's Alex. who kicks it back towards the grandstand side, and Thatcher's had a good couple of moments. His second effort was good at ground level, drags it in and bounds, wraps him up. The umpire says we'll ball it up. And the inside forward 50s look ugly for the Magpies.
They do. That was probably their best build-up for the afternoon. They got the ball inside, and Jack Johnson at least was competing in the air, giving him a chance. But all he finds is his sole teammates were nowhere to be found.
We sit at 20-point margin. Here's Tim Saxton on TRFM.
Bunk got the handball out towards Carr, ends up in the hands of Diamond. His rush kick forward will end up in the forward 50 to Lang. He led to the ball. Nothing came of that. Renoy was tackled well, got his handballs out there. Was tackled by Allison. Nothing comes. Lang picks up, spins round. Oh, he's picked up and dumped when he didn't have the ball.
Free kick.
Free kick to him. Advantage has been paid. It has been paid. Advantage has been paid, and Campbell has put the ball through, the goal through there for Sale. Great work there by Shannon Lang, experienced here.
Lang now, and that's back-to-back goals for Sale too. First time for the afternoon. But it was Lang's work ethic then. It was just the way his work rate. He was in the contest up here on the half-forward line, then found himself about 20 metres out to win that free kick. He's just wanting the footy. So hopefully he can just bring some of that spirit into the Sale side, because if they can get that little bit of spark, they're not out of this game at all.
And we're back to a 14-point margin in Maffra's favour. We've played almost 16 minutes into the third quarter. Maffra 8-3-51, Sale 5-7-37. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
Well, could this be the spark? McLaren from the middle. Try to handball back to Leslie. Carr strong in the clinches. Leslie even stronger. And we'll do it again. They need a spark. The first time they've kicked back-to-back goals. Is this the run that they come? They only lead. It's only a 14-point margin for all the dominance. And Maffra have been dominant through the arcs and inside forward 50. They haven't capitalised as well. Allison quick handball to McLaren. Kick inside forward 50. Johnson flies. Good spoil from Reed. Comes to ground level. Oh, Campbell was nearly going to swoop on that one. Did well was Nathan Pollard. He kicks. Jack Johnson's in a bit of strife, is he, or is it Lang? Kick goes back in towards that direction. Hutz is there. Handballs to Renoy. The Maffra Eagles have got some open. Lang might be knocked out there too, boys, I reckon.
He's moving.
As there's a quick kick from Renoy to the half forward. Well done again. This time it is by Thatcher. He's had a good day. Kicks towards Bedgood. One hand up. Couldn't complete the mark. Mitch Bound will see it over for a boundary throw in. Boys, back to Shannon Lang.
He ran into Jack Johnson as they were both going for the contest when it came down, so he's come off second best.
He's a tough egg though too, Shannon Lang. Like, he'll get up, he'll brush it off, and he'll go forward. There you go. He'll go forward, and
balls come back into the field of play here. Numbers favour the Magpies out the back, and they're all out of sorts here, the Maffra defenders, but they can move it forward. Glenane can kick it over the top to find Campbell at the hop, lands at his toes. Campbell can turn around and run to 49. Zambrero, goal of the day, contender! They've got 3 in a row!
bang, 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 bang.
Wow, Tom Campbell, here come the Magpies all of a sudden.
How did he do that? He turned on a thrippence.
A thrippence? Not sure it was a thrippence. I think
he did. Well, big fella Campbell. He marked in front of Hutz. That was another great build-up then from Sale. So things is just starting to turn. That little wheel is starting to turn a little bit. That confidence booster. Lang's found himself back on his feet again then too. But Campbell, great presence of mind. That was definitely better than Lang's goal.
Don't worry, Boxer. Don't worry, it's starting to turn. It's turned.
Now, we haven't had a single-figure margin since the first quarter, and it's back to an 8-point margin in Maffra's favour, 8-3 to 6-7, and McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
8 points, that's all it is.
8 points as the ball gets thrown up here again in the McGuinness, straight over the top of Jones, got his boot into there. Diamond, he goes crashing through to get a hands. Lane, he wasn't able to get it. Carr puts his body on the line there, delivers the ball forward, but the mark was taken there by Whitford, and Sale will work their way forward. He's got Whitehill ahead if he wants to use him. He doesn't. This has probably been Sale's only, one of their issues is their slow play. Delivers the ball forward. Leslie's gone forward. He goes up against Hutz. Hutz got the hand in there, was clever one. Brunt took the tackler on, 1-2, was able to get his kick away, not 15, play on. Carr, he's just got rid of Diamond, and then he's dropped the ball. Umpire said play on. I'm not sure, there's 3 of them out there, and I'm not sure how none of them saw that one. Pushed him off. Dropped the ball, he had no foot to it, and but we've got a ball up here heading into Sale's forward 50.
We've got a little bit of a mini comeback here from Druin. That is Bairnsdale 11-9-75 to Druin 8-7-55, so now only a 20-point game.
All right, Sale went forward but couldn't complete the mark with a boundary throw. And any other scores?
Yep, I've got the sale going. We're here, aren't we? So,
Boxer. We do. The sale says they're trailing by 8 points.
That was the first thing I did when I scrolled down.
Ball back into field of play. You compose yourself, Box. Quick kick by Martin. Left foot goes high to the pocket. And does it go close to tight out of bounds on the full or a mark? The umpire says out of bounds on the full. Just about to tick over into red time. 20 minutes have gone. Maffra hold on by 8 points. They've dominated. They've had 2 stints where they've kicked 3 goals in a row, but they only lead by 8 points at the moment. It's going to come back in through McLaren, and he's got Freeman all on his own. Does it get to him? It does. Going back with the flight. No, he didn't have eyes on the footy. I thought he touched the footy too. It was a good effort by Felsberg to make a spoil.
I think because he had his back to the umpire.
But if he touches the ball, it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. That rule can be a little bit tricky, and I think it's going to cost the team a big final one day because the umpires made the wrong interpretation.
9 of the last 11 inside 50s to Sale, and they now lead the clearances 9-8.
Well, they've kicked 3 in a row. So Jared Freeman, slightish angle from 43 metres, comes in, right foot, leans back on it, but it hits the upright. And 21 minutes tick over. Third quarter, it's a minor score. The margin now is out to 7 points.
6-8-44 Sale, trailing Maffra 8-3-51. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. Maffra haven't scored since the 3-minute mark of this quarter.
Renoy gets the ball to Hutz, to Reed, back to Renoy. He's done a lot of running. He's kicked forward, picked up by Geishan, great hand by Geishan. Challenge was unable to get it. Ball goes forward there. It ends up with Wallace, his centering kick, but it was cut off there by Alex Carr. He delivers the ball forward. One-on-one contest here. Leslie in front of Butcher. Dropped the ball down. Pollard, he wasn't able to pick it up properly. It's 2-on-2. Quick little kick out there for Pollard was smart. Went to ground though. Needed to keep his feet. Thatcher, to Kaloran. His kick smothered. Sale have stepped up the intensity here with this one. Both heads over the ball. Got a handball out. Ends up with Whitehill. He's in the middle of the ground. He takes one bounce. He takes 2. Jack Johnson's told him to keep going. He pulled the trigger. Leslie gets Hutz out of the way. Unable to take the mark. Here's Campbell. Oh, he's got it. And he's got it. And it's another Zambrero goal of the day for Tom Campbell. Kicks it off the ground.
We're checking.
And we're home.
All clear, says the umpire. That's a goal.
Tommy Campbell.
He's kicked 3 in a row.
That's a fantastic call then too. And I think the beauty about that was Whitehill's run off half back. But I said this to you in the second quarter. Will Leslie has got on top of Butcher. Butcher's first quarter 3 goals have been none since then. And Will Leslie has won every contest at the moment. He was that springboard that they exactly needed off their half back line to get themselves back into this game.
And the last 7 minutes, they had those 3 goals. It's brought it to a 1 point margin in Maffra's favour, 8-3-51 to 7-8-50.
Well, back in the middle, McGuinness tapped it down again. McLaren does well, grabs it with one hand, then runs away from Butcher. His left foot kick goes to the top of the 50. Here's Lang and Shelton, and over the back was Kay Renoy. Well done. He taps it to himself, gets close to the boundary line. Over it goes for a boundary throw-in. 22 and 3/4 minutes gone.
Best on ground for mine for Maffra. Cade Renoy, he's had a fantastic afternoon so far.
Certainly been running and attacking off that half-back line. The margin at 1 point. 1 point. 1 point, that is.
No, 1 point.
Ball back in. Here's Alex Carr from the stoppage. Handball's inboard now. Nicely done to Challenge. Goes backwards to Robbins. His kick goes high. They stand underneath it. Comes all directions. It gets to the front of the pack where Lang is there. He's got to get his boot to ball, and he does beautifully. And spots up Jack Leslie. Directly in front, he points to the goals and says, I'll have a crack at this. 23 and a half minutes gone.
What do they say in the dairy industry? Cream rises to the top. Shannon Lang.
He's coming out with the ball today.
I'll tell you what, as sales start to rise, Boxer does as well. As one. Special comments for Carpet Country this afternoon. He helps everyone's dreams become a reality. Jack Leslie, right on the 50, puts it on its way. We've got a tied ball game. Locked up. Late in the third quarter on your McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
7-9-51 to 8-3-51.
And as we didn't see this coming in based on the first 2 quarters, but we know that, as Boxer said, the cream rises to the top and Sale have been very good. Holmes off the inbound kick. He ends up and goes inside and finds McLaren. And as it was with the Eagles in the first half, The Magpies are completely on top of them at the moment, and the heads are down to the Eagles. They need to get the ball back in their hands and just take some control of this game again. But McLaren, 24 and a half minutes gone to put the Magpies back in front after being down by 21 at half time. He goes back, goal umpire doesn't move, and it's straight through the middle. And the Magpies have kicked 5 in a row to lead by one single goal.
I'm pretty sure that Scud was the one that was actually asking us if we wanted to change our prediction.
Not yet.
At half time. You were. I think you were the only one that was spooking that you were the only one that picked Maffra. Things have changed dramatically here, and some tired bodies out there for Maffra. That's the worrying sign for me, and they're just starting to really pick up their running game now, Sale. So some really ominous signs for the Maffra camp.
And it is that one goal lead at the 25-minute mark of the third quarter. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, Sale 8-9-57. Now lead Maffra for the first time since the first quarter, 8-3-51.
Can Maffra get something before three-quarter time? Coughed up the football though was Ed Carr. Kicks it towards half forward to the Magpies. Hutz is back there, runs away from Leslie on this occasion. Delivers to Bedgegood. He goes to ground, can't complete the mark. Coming there is Whitford, taps it to his advantage. Hutz was on a steamroller coming the other direction. Jet Kaloran for the Eagles. Kick inboard. Kieran Jones. The big fella's got to lumber after this one. Off the line. Well done. This time is it McDonald? No, it's Bound. He chips over the top and Robbins will take the mark. Half-back flank. He's got a teammate on in Thatcher. And Tom Thatcher takes the mark. Geeshan presents. Doesn't go there and then he coughs it up. Gives it to Cooper Whitehill. On the wing for the Magpies.
Is that a hot 15 minutes, Scud?
Whitehill's kick inboard, looks for Jack Leslie, just missed him. Kick off the ground there on that occasion from Pollard. Goes to centre half forward. Out the back though, Sala got some numbers. Whitehill gives it to Leslie. Handballs out towards Lockie Ronke on the half back flank. 26 minutes gone. They lead by 6 to the Magpies.
Ronke threw it on the left boot, and made to earn that was Monk as Kane Martin came across, and he'll take the relieving mark. 26 and a half minutes gone. Maffra really need to get a goal back in this quarter just to try and stem the tide. They now trail by that single goal margin as Reid here at centre half back comes out to the grandstand side to the wing, and back on the ground there is Brunt. He takes the mark, looks to swing round onto his left boot. There's not much moving up forward there. Boxer in the forward line though from Maffra at the moment. Goes inboard and able to find there is Kaloran. He's had a great game there for the Eagles. Plays on, delivers the ball inside 50 towards Bedgegood. Use of the body. Holmes was great coming back to help his teammate out. Got the handball over to Whitehill. Looked to give the 1-2 back to it. Wasn't able to get there. Bound, he was able to then get the handball out here towards Whitford. Whitford on the left boot, centering ball, but there's that man. Went straight through his hands. Leslie, they're out here. Allison, he's had plenty of room. He's delivered it from outside 50. It's
going to bounce
through. He had about 20 metres in front of him, but he thought from 55, I'm going to put this over the top of head of McLaren and his opponent. And the ball's gone straight through for Allison.
Isn't it funny how the game turns for Sale from a football perspective, but just the crowd's really got involved now too, and the grandstand's taken off, the cam bar's gone off its head. What's it called over there, Scott?
The Past Players Hill.
Past Players Hill. They're enjoying the turnaround here from the Sale guys, and it's Maffra. There's some worrying signs now.
And it's now a 12-point lead to Sale, which they turned around from a 27-point deficit at the 3-minute mark when Maffra got the first goal. So it's 9-9 Sale, 8-3 Maffra, McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
The Eagles just can't seem to stop the run, as we said, from about the 5-minute mark of this quarter. And again, Whitehill's going to run through, but just left it behind. Robbins was able to grab it, kick it a half forward. In the front spot is Danny Butcher. Can they get a late one, the Eagles? Kicks it out wide. Here's Tom Thatcher. Lets it bounce close to the boundary line. Tries to turn his opponent in. He kicks around on his left foot. It's going to land in the hands of Geeshan. And Geeshan, he decided to hold things up. He's got one inboard. Danny Butcher's the one, and he'll find him by foot directly in front. 29 minutes gone, third quarter.
Great mark there by Winnie. Two players to beat in between them as well. He's not the tallest player.
Oh, an important big moment for the Morwell Bowling Club right here now for the Maffra Eagles. They led by 21 points at half-time. They now trail by 12. But Danny Butcher's got a shot on goal to stop this 6-goal run. And Danny Butcher comes in. It's an ugly-looking kick. He's going to miss everything in the end.
Oof.
And it goes out of bounds on the full. And the big moment went begging for the Eagles there. What a quarter by this Magpie side. Turned their season around potentially as they stared down the barrel of a 0-3 start. They said, we're not going to have any of this. And the third quarter, they slammed on 6 goals straight to lead it by 12 points at three-quarter time. We've got one to go from the nest at Sale Main Oval. It's Gippsland Live for Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. Thank you. Yep, okay, no worries, that's good. Thank you. Thank you. To Sales Main Oval, it was all the Magpies. They get it out to 12 points at three-quarter time after they trailed by 21 at half-time. Key stats for the quarter, all thanks to Gippsland Isuzu Ute, the new D-Max. Live your own way. Here's Paul Carter.
The inside 50s went Sales way 14.10. The clearance is Sale 11.10. Centre clearance is 5.3. And I think that's where you see the trend going for that quarter.
Thanks very much, Paul. Tim, you really mentioned during that quarter the crowd really got involved with the Magpies, and I like when you said it because I agreed with you. The Magpies started to lift and so did the crowd.
Absolutely. It was a great atmosphere once they started to lift, and it was good that you acknowledged it, Scud, and you saw the same thing that I saw there that we were able to talk about during the three-quarter time break.
I'm surprised you could see anything, mate.
There's another stat for the short joke. Boxer around the grounds, Harvey Norman Furniture, in a moment because this quarter's about to get underway. The last one. Can the Eagles fight back? Can they find something to wrestle this momentum back from the Magpies? As Jones tapped it down. In the middle there was Pollard. They put a little bit of strength in the middle. Kick goes to half forward. It gets out the back. Trying to bust through was Alex Carr. He can gather it. Handball. Oh, also close. Nearly got to Thatcher. But Hutchins did well of the Eagles and drives it back towards the half-forward line. Renoir's been good for Maffra, keeps it in the field of play momentarily and goes over for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, Scott, there's not many scores being updated here on Player HQ. The only one I can give you that's got a new score at the minute is the Bairnsdale Druin score. 14-10, 94 Bairnsdale to Druin 10-9-69.
I've got a Lee and Gather one, 13-10 Lee and Gather. War Eagles 6 goals 6 at three-quarter time.
McGuinness with the tap down, but was picked up there by Brunt, who threw it onto his left foot. Bedgood picked it up, got the handball off. Here they go. Thatcher runs inside.
Oh, he had Butcher on.
He did have Butcher on and he burned him. He went for the goals and pushed it across the face and threw for one behind.
That'll be a beer conversation tonight, I think, wouldn't you think, regardless of the scores?
Absolutely. I can let you know also down at South Gippsland, Wonthaggi 47 lead the Lions 43.
And that's the first score for Maffra since the 3-minute mark of the last quarter. It's 11-point margin in Sale's favour. We played a minute into the last quarter.
Sale been able to move the ball to on the far side to a pass of wing, but he's been picked up there and taken in the back line there by Shelton. Gets the handball across there and ends up with Danny Butcher. He brings it to the grandstand side. Pollard's got to go and he does, takes a strong mark. Looked to take on, but Jack Johnson was there to make sure that he didn't. He look and go inboard. He's got options, but he then ends up coming outboard. That Manny Monk, who's been good today, followed up by Whitehill. He plays on quickly, takes a bounce.
No movement.
Right foot, delivers the ball. 1-on-1. Bedgood's been left alone inside forward 50. He's going to look to centre the ball, and he does. Goes the contest. Carr, bang, strong contested mark. Inside 50. And this is a big moment for the Morwell Bowling Club.
Yeah, it certainly is. Back here at centre wing, Boxer Monk was very good, wasn't he?
He's a very good player, very good balance, and he got the ball inside.
What about the kick?
Just picks him off. He just knows how to find. He's got a great skill. He's got a left foot that I really like. from Monk. There's not much of him.
And both feet are pretty good too. That right foot kick was a nice one.
Was it a right one too?
It was a right one.
Okay.
I'm backing you up. He can kick both.
Alex Carr comes in. Important goal here for the Eagles. Puts it forward. And
There it is.
the goal umpire doesn't move. And the Eagles get the first of the last quarter to bring them back within the 5 points.
Yeah, they've silenced the crowd here a little bit now, Maffra. They've just had all the play
I agree, Bob.
for the first couple of minutes. Thanks for agreeing with that, Scud. Good to see that you're listening at three-quarter time to feedback. Yeah, a much-needed goal there for the Eagles.
Bringing the margin, as Timmy said, back to 5 points. 3 minutes played in the last quarter. Maffra 9, 458. Trail Sale 9, 963. And that's on the Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard.
Pretty stern feedback too from Boxer, wasn't it, during three-quarter time? But
Yeah, didn't miss you.
no, he didn't. That's all right. McGuinness
There's a bit coming for you too, Timmy, but we'll wait till after the game.
knocked down by McGuinness. Nicely done by Wallace. Gave a handball to Lang, who kicks a barrel, mind you. Goes to Harvard. Johnson elevated and couldn't take the mark. Now Maffra tried to get it out of their back half. Alex Carr was there as well. And so picked off this time by Diamond. Back inside forward 50. Good spoil from the back from Reed. Ground level from Brunt. Has to bend over and pick it up. Working hard at the bottom of the pack as always is Jack Johnson. And we'll have a stoppage right at the top of the 50 for the Magpies. 3.5 minutes in. It's a 5-point margin. Got a feeling this one's going to continue to go down the wire now as the Eagles get the first of the last quarter from the stoppage on all fours, trying to work it out of there. And no one can do so. We'll have another stoppage.
Pollard and Lang on the bottom of the ground.
Just a quick AFL update too, thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture. Gippsland in the AFL. Port Adelaide 15-10, 100 to the Eagles 8-8-56.
We're going to have another stoppage here at Sale. Don't forget, coming up after this game, what are we calling them? The Saturday afternoon wrap, the in-betweeners, or the seat fillers?
The Saturday afternoon specials.
They're definitely in between.
With Buckles, Howie and Poppy as Whitehill kicks towards the hot spot, gets over the back. I think it's been touched anyway. Reed will say, I don't really want to rush it through. I'm going to gather it and then find a target out wide, and Danny Butcher. Now, they've got the overlap if they want, and he does do that to Adams. He slips over, though. It's turned over. Freeman's can chip it over the top to Jack Johnson. He got called to play on, and then they dive in on top of him. Shelton was very overzealous.
You know, Poppy's the only bloke that I know that couldn't get into a nightclub, went home, put a dress on, put makeup on, and then got in. The bloke that I know that's ever done that.
Well, 5 minutes in.
He's a legend. He really is a legend.
Hopefully he'll be involved in the in-betweeners show that we've got shortly, and then we've got the big Morwell-Terrelgan clash at the Terrelgan Showgrounds this afternoon. The kick gets towards half-back now for the Eagles. Kick off the ground from Alex Carr. Bedggood tried to tap it forward on himself, and then coming the other way, though, was Whitford, was able to gather it. He's turned it over. Here's Renoy. Takes a mark. He might go all the way. He's had one bounce, but he loses the football. Now he's in strife. Freeman says, I'll come and push off it, grab it, kick it back inside forward 50, and Hutz and roving it beautifully, front and square. McLaren puts it through, and they get the margin back out to 11 points. What roving!
How things can turn around by just one simple error. If that ball sat up, Renoy was gone, and he was going to drive him inside 50 for Maffra. The ball turns over. Freeman just good presence of mind just to actually win the ball back. But it was that ball inside 50, and McLaren, who's the man of the moment too, because his third quarter and now the start of this second quarter has been the reason why Sale got back into this game.
Be the start of the fourth, I would have thought.
It would be the 11-point margin, 6 minutes played in the final quarter. The Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard, Sale 10-9-69, leading Maffra 9-4-58.
I don't mind making a mistake once in a while.
No, Tim, we're not here to bag out our other commentators. Just keep it on track, will you?
It's great to win the Isuzu after the game.
How good's the Isuzu on the way up, Boxer?
I wouldn't know, I sat in the back.
That's good in the back.
Beautiful in the back, though. You had plenty of leg room.
You were with me in the back, Boxer. It was perfect
was the
in
problem.
the back.
Jones taps it down to himself. He's won himself a free kick for winning that front spot. 6.5 minutes. Maffra need to find something. They've got to get that spark back. They've got to get control of the footy. He handballed off to Monk, and he just drove it towards half forward where Alex Carr sets. Wonky with a spoil. Front spot there was Kaloran. He win it, and he tried to squeeze the handball out the back to Carr, who got wrapped up in a Lockie-Wonky tackle. There was no opportunity, and the umpire said, let's ball it up. 55 metres out from Maffra's goal.
A bit of tango when you say Lockie-Wonky tackle.
Lockie-Wonky tackle. Thank you. Again, Jones tapped it down. Monk got shoved out of it. Nicely done. Quick line by Josh Butcher. Kick goes into the middle of the ground. Shelton, 1, 2, 3, 4 bites. Umpire says we'll pay it.
McGuinness slow to get to his feet.
He got a boot to the head, Timmy.
Shelton's kick, there was an ugly looking one, it might just work. Bedgood goes to ground, props, here's Thatcher, he's been good, clean, handballs back to Pollard. Pollard's delivery kick to Kaloran, finds him.
Been dangerous.
Might be too far out to score though, and he looks to pass it off to Geishan, he's going to hit him on the chest, nicely done. Good work by the youngster. Acknowledged that he was too far out to score. If he had gone back, it would have landed 2 metres out, spoilt through for a behind. I like players who know their limitations, Box.
Yeah, it's spot on, and I think they just look a bit more composed inside 50, don't they?
Winnie Geishan, big moment right now for Winston Geishan. Puts it on its way. He wants it come back from the left. He's pushed it across the face of goal. And for the Maul Bowling Club, those big moments need to be taken from Maffra.
Maffra go to 9-5-59. They are 10 points in arrears of Sale, who are 10-9-69 on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard. 8-minute mark, final quarter.
Sale bring the ball in long as they have done all day to a contest, and Hutz is in front. He spoiled Jones. Balls to Leslie. McGuinness, he just gets it and roosts the thing 50 metres down towards the middle into a 2-on-1 contest. Handball came out from Felsberg, ends up with Shelton, and he finds Hutz. Mark in front of Cooper Whitehill. They're playing on quickly here, the Eagles. Danny Butcher sends the ball forward out towards Thatcher.
Push.
Hudson Holmes.
No.
Good use of the body. The umpire said. and he took the mark. He kicks it out far centre wing to Lang. Lang, he's got Diamond running forward for him. But Shelton, who's been good in these last couple of minutes. Diamond worked hard, got it in there. Kane Martin on the left. From outside 50, looking towards goal.
Oh, look out. We have a contender.
Bang, bang.
We do.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
Bang,
Kane
bang.
Martin, the left footer from outside 50. That is your contender for Zambrera goal of the day. Boxer, it's not bad. Left foot, left boundary line.
On the wrong side for a left footer. Yes, that was a fantastic goal from Kane Martin too. And just got a little bit of argy-bargy happening down here at centre half forward from Maffra. Every player's involved. They're just stretching jumpers again. They're going to make people's lives hell when it's time to watch jumpers tonight.
That could be the winner. That could be the winner. The winning
the
goal.
10-minute mark.
And that takes it out to a 16-point lead, the biggest lead that Sale has enjoyed this game at the 9-minute mark of the final quarter.
I can tell you that the Lions lead Wonthaggi by 1 point for Harvey Norman Furniture as this play continues back here at Sale. Gets towards Allison at half forward. Handballs over the top. Nicely done. Back to Butcher. They go backwards again and eventually he lands in the hands of Whitehill. Hard up on the boundary line. As Whitehill looks down the line. Kicks it over the top. Inside 50 it goes. Shelton couldn't complete the mark. Allison gave a handball off to Lang. He's hard up on the boundary line. He has a bounce. He has two. He's going to go with a banana and kick the Zambrero goal.
Bang, bang, bang.
Put it down.
Bang.
Shannon Lang has sealed the game with the Magpies. And the Battle of the Birds is done. They've come from nowhere, the Magpies.
Have you got level 2 first aid? Because if he goes down, I ain't going anywhere near him. Sit down.
Shannon Lang's got Zambrero goal today.
I
Hallelujah.
can understand why you're excited because that was a ripping goal. Absolute ripping goal. We talked about that cream rising.
Absolutely.
It just keeps coming.
They have risen. Great team goal there too.
It
Jack
was.
Johnson laid the shepherd on there to allow Lang to come back into the middle to kick it on the
Just that little
banana.
switch. Johnson forward, Lang pushing forward as well has helped him out. McLaren in the middle. A great goal there by Lang.
It's now a 22-point margin in Sale's favour. They are 12-9-81, leading Maffra 9-5-59.
Ball back in the middle. Umpire Cullis throws the ball in the air. Fleming and McGuinness. McGuinness over the top there. Whitehill going hard at it against Felsberg. No one's able to get it out of there. McGuinness back on top of it. I think we're going to have another ball up.
And that's 9 of the last 10 goals to Sale.
It's a pity we don't have a few more vouchers from Zambrero because I reckon 5 or 6 players could actually have one each.
Absolutely.
Lang will have 2.
Best burrito in town if you want to try it out. Seymour Street, Terrelgan.
McGuinness with the tap down coming through. There in the end was Brunt. He was wrapped up straight away, but he hit the pack at some pace. But Sale were able to wrap him up, and we'll have another ball up right in the centre of the ground here at the Sale Main Oval. 11 and a half minutes gone, and we've got Sale 22 points in front. No one was able to get the tap down there. In the end, Brunt got it on the left foot, throws it forward. Carr did well to make a contest there. Hutchins threw the ball, and the umpire said he did. Bedgood will take the free kick and look to reload quickly, and they're going to have to. Movement up forward, Butcher leads, nothing on. Carr goes out wide, looking towards Thatcher, put it out into space. He's done well. He's worked his opponent off the ball. He's got no one to kick it to, so he swings it round onto his right boot. In towards Geishan. Geishan snaps it around over his left shoulder. And there's a goal, and the answering goal, much needed goal there for Maffra. And they still keep the Battle of the Birds alive, just a little bit, Scud.
They do. I'm not so confident, though.
Yeah, they just need repeat goals now, Maffra, if they really want to get themselves with a real grab of this game. I just can't see it happening, and you never know. We've still got plenty of football left in this game.
It's a 16-point lead to Sale. We've played 12 minutes into the final quarter. The McDonald's Harvey Norman computer scoreboard is Sale 12-9-81 to Maffra 10-5-65.
Well, will last week's heavy conditions come back to haunt the Magpies? Have they got any run left? Can the Eagles find something? Although this tap goes forward from Jack Leslie on that occasion. Allison was there, so Jack Leslie followed up, kicked off the ground. Spoil there was from Shelton. Renoy kicked it off the ground. Out wide is Challenge. He can gather it and give it back to Renoy. Right foot kick around his body. Bedgood in a one-on-one. The bounce favours Hutchins, and Hutchins can deliver inboard nicely to Wallace. On the wing, Wallace's chip kick towards the centre of the ground. Nicely done to Whitford. He can get it over the top. They got some numbers. This time it's Glenane. Jackson Glenane lets it bounce. Runs onto his left foot. Chips it towards the hot spot. But Reid has been good this afternoon down back, taking another uncontested mark. They've got to move it quickly, you'd think. We've gone 13 minutes. They need to get one, you'd think, quickly, Boxer. So it gives them a bit of chance when it gets into red time.
Yeah, they've just slowed it down a bit too. So it was good work there by Sale just to force them to hold it up.
He kicked to Butcher and marked, who kicked down the line. Out the back, had a fresh air, he did, Kai McDonald. Tried to rush it forward to the Eagles. Numbers so the other direction for the Magpies. McLaren's been good. Handball just misbound. Crashed his way through was Robbins. Did well. Then just kicks it high towards the grandstand side. And a big spoil over the back. Nicely done. He's hurt himself as he landed, has Whitford. But we've got a boundary throw in. 14 minutes gone into the final quarter. Don't forget, there's another 4 quarters coming up after this, with the big clash down at Terrelgan. The in-betweeners will take over. Buckles, Howie and Poppy. All your results from around Gippsland. They'll get you up to speed as well. And then we'll fly back in our Isuzu ute for the big game.
They've thrown Leslie into the ruck here, Sale. McGuinness is having his spell, and I reckon he'll be due to come back on shortly. So Leslie going up against Fleming in the ruck contest. Leslie wins it down easily, ends up to Wallace. There's that man again, McLaren. He's been good. Kicks the ball forward. Campbell, he got a push out from Hutz. No kick. Over the back, though. Freeman.
Oh, well done, Pollard.
Pollard did a great job. Wasn't able to get the kick away. Then there we go. Martin's come in, laid the shepherd.
Oh.
Freeman is shot from the outside. It was nearly another contender. It's hit the post on the far side. Great contest there between all players. We got a minor score there for the Magpies.
Sale goes to 12-10-82. They lead by 17 points over Maffra, who are 10-5-65. Harvey Norman computer scoreboard, 15.5 minutes final quarter.
Maffra handballing and stuffing it around with it in the middle of the ground. It's going to go back in. Sales forward 50. Adams attacks it. Handballs forward to the football. Here's Monk. Wins it. Goes backwards by hand to Carr. That's Ed. Handballs backwards again now to Felsberg. He's kicked towards Brunt. Nicely done. And that nearly will be 50. As Brunt took the mark, he's been called now to play on. Little chip kick to Alex Carr, right in front of the Sales coaching box. Alex Carr rolls and goes. Tries to get onto that right foot, he does, and delivered nicely done inboard to Challenge. Jack Leslie's to the ruckman, he's gone back as a loose one. Handballs over to Alex Carr, over the top to Geishan, back to Alex Carr. Needs this one. Alex tries to get it working back from right to left. On the goal line, touched by Will Leslie. And that's the one they needed at the 16-minute mark box.
That would have been your Zambrero goal of the day by far.
What?
He started here on the wing, did he not, Timmy?
He did.
And he won 3 possessions inside to try and nearly get this Maffra side back into this game. Or in front. No, back in this game.
I agree with you, Boxer. That was fantastic effort by Carr. He ran from here all the way through and created the play.
Margin 16 points on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard.
Holmes delivers the ball down to the middle. Punch away there and ends up in the hands of Lang. Lang handball through.
This guy
is again McLaren.
been good.
He has been good. He goes straight through the centre of the ground. He delivers. He wants Johnson to come back to the ball.
He's been better.
He has been good.
Wasn't. There's Renoy. He's been great all day. Renoy goes out to the far side in there and finds out there in Danny Butcher. It's pretty slow. There's not much movement up there for him. Delivers the ball out wide and ends up in the hands of Challenge. Challenge comes back inboard to Mong. He's been good. Butcher kept running. He's out on the right foot onto the lead of John Butcher, one hand, couldn't get to the end. Brunt forcing his way through, is tackled without it. Ronke's gone back at him again. Umpire standing around and watching and says we'll have a ball up. Now 45 metres out from the Maffra goal. Needing a goal here as we ticked over 17.5 minutes into this last quarter. Boxer, what are your thoughts here?
And they need a goal, Maffra. That's my thought. They need to kick a goal.
Here we
right
go,
now.
coming straight through there is Ed Carr on the outside of the boot.
Hit the upright. Wow. They're peppering. Box.
They are definitely peppering, but they just can't hit that goal that they need. That's the second poster of the quarter. PC.
It's 10-7-67 Maffra, 12-10-82 Sale. Harvey Norman computer scoreboard, 18-minute mark final.
Holmes brought it back in, and McGuinness
did well.
Yep, thumped it over for a boundary throw-in. So this is the time right now, if the Maffra side are looking to get an away victory. Their first victory of season 2023. Mind you, Sale are looking for it as well, but it's the 18-minute mark. Have the Eagles got something left in the tank? McLaren's been great for Gippsland. Isuzu Ute from the stoppage, he wins it, kicks it to half forward. Allison at his toes, couldn't pick it up. He has to go again, does Allison. Throwing the body on the line with Shelton, nicely done. They try and work again. Allison shuffles it backwards to Glenane. His kick goes high. It's going to be turned over though. No, McLaren did well. He got a fist on the footy. Pops out though to the Eagles. Renoy's there. Hamble inboard to Felsberg. Goes backwards to Challenge. Can Challenge find a target by foot? He can. It's Bedgood. Half forward, build-up's good over the top to Pollard. He's going to mark. He does. 40 metres out from goal. He turns around. He's got one on. It's Bedgood. McGuinness will close. Coming the other direction was Hutchins as well. The Magpies are going to relieve. Are they just? No. Brunt goes to ground. Squeezed out the back. Robbins tried to crash through. Not going anywhere. Was it the right option, Box?
No, Pollard. He was inside 50, 40 metres out. Team thing, but he had 2-on-1. You know, and we know how the Enigma moves. It's not that quick.
Jones tapped down Butcher. His kick was smothered. Challenge goes at it again. He's just got to pick it up and get it on the boot. He does. Oh, smothered there by McGuinness. Well done. Picked up there by Monk. He finds out there to Alex Carr on the boot. He looks towards goal.
He's got it.
And he's kicked it.
No, it's hit the post. It's hit the padding.
It's hit.
The padding. Is there a flap on the padding?
I think that was like last week.
There's a sponsor's flap on it. It's hit it.
Score review.
Minor score, Paul Carter.
And that's a rule they need to change. 10-8-68 Maffra, trailing by 14 points. Sale 12-10-82.
They've kicked the last 4 points, is it? Or 3 points? 3 points they've kicked.
Holmes kicked the ball in to a contest here. Brunt got the handball out. Jones trying to pick it up there. Robbins on the bottom. McGuinness, they've locked it all up.
20 minutes gone.
They've ticked over into red time here. Maffra have had their chances. 1-5 in this last quarter as they've come running to try and peg back the 12-point lead. John Jones got the handball out. Nane, he threw it on the boot and kicked it out of bounds on the full. Give Maffra a chance again to reload here, but also the chance for Sale. Felsberg.
50, that's got to be 50.
50 metres.
Wallace was coming to the bench and he got in the protected zone, all right. And Felsberg will get the 50, Timmy.
Absolutely, that's just... He's right in front of the Sale coach's box too, so you'd be thinking they would have been yelling at him to be nowhere. That's just a short 50.
It's 20 metres.
It's a short 50. Felsberg on the lead. Bedgood.
Oh, good kick.
Well-weighted kick. Great lead.
Here
Great
he is,
lead
Box.
by Keishan, and here he is.
If I need him to stand up, this is it.
Here he is, Encino man.
Encino man.
Encino man by
He'll
Boxer.
actually he'll run around. He'll have a little bit of an arc on this one, I reckon.
21 minutes gone.
Maybe not.
Bedgood straight at it. Comes in and leaves it skinny. Leaves it skinny for another point for the Eagles.
4 now in a row.
Paul Carter.
Maffra 10-9-69, trailing by 13 points now. Sale 12-10-82. We've played 21.5 minutes into the final quarter.
Lockie Ronke now will play it out of fullback, kick it directly straight down the middle of the ground. A big roost. Leslie's the target. Front square. McLaren did well. Barrels it. It's 1-on-1. Back there is Campbell. Renoy's been super all afternoon. He won it, but his kick only went a couple of metres to Glenane. His quick kick goes inside forward 50. Running back is Josh Butcher. And he's put it through for a minor score. 22 minutes gone. Final quarter. Margin now sits at 14 points on your Harvey Norman computer scoreboard.
How good's Renoy been?
He's been super for a losing team at this stage. Butcher's kick out of full-back area. Went to the middle of the ground. Sala got some numbers. Bound, bit of don't argue. Didn't quite work on Carr. Shelton gave the handball back to Carr. That's Ed, sorry. And Ed's car's kicked towards half forward. Butcher with the early body work. Was able to mark. They got some runners. Challenge was one of those. Oh, he had a fresh airy. No one was around him. Hutchins was able to pick it up now from the Magpies and put it back to the middle. Picked off by Butcher. And now Danny Butcher drives towards his brother in Josh. Can't quite complete the mark. Coming through was Lang at pace. Wins it, runs away from Jones and delivers a kick. Just missing Glenane, but they'll be happy to see it go over. But Glenane said, I might just keep this in. I'll kick it down the line. Cade Renoy's there. He can't keep it in. And the boundary throw-in will occur. 23 minutes gone. You think that's just about it. It's 14 points, Box.
Scud, we have a final score in the AFL. Port Adelaide 109. They defeated the Eagles by 69 by 40 points this afternoon.
There are plenty of tired bodies here as we ticked over 23 minutes here into the last quarter. Leslie and Jones will go at it. Leslie wins the tap down. There's that man McLaren. He has been fantastic. On the left boot, delivers it forward there. Hutz works his way to the front, couldn't take the mark. Clearing kick there though by Maffra, ends up down. Butcher with the clearing kick. Whitford came over the top to Lang. He gets a kick in forward, looking to that man Campbell. He traps it on the right boot. He's tried for the miraculous goal.
He's already kicked one goal of the day, contender.
He has kicked one. That would have been a magnificent goal. That was about 10 metres shy of it. It's kicked it out of bounds on the full. And Maffra will reload, and they need to go quick as we come up towards 24 minutes gone here into the last quarter. Box up.
As Scud informed us before, it's a 1 point game between Wonthaggi and Maui in Maui's favour. Bairnsdale 16-12, 108. They lead Druin 12-11, 83. And that's it for me.
Margin might have just got out a little bit too.
Clearing kick from the Eagles is going up. Bound goes up. Butcher was the other one. McGuinness wrapped up Butcher. Quick kick out. Unable to get there. Bunk will come in to try and wrap it up, as does Leslie. Butcher, the Danny variety, is on the bottom of the pack. And we'll have the ball up here. Just to Sale's side. The wing, McGuinness and Jones, that they've done all day, have gone at it. McGuinness laying, great handball out. Martin, clever tap, tried to find Glenane, couldn't. Shelton at pace comes through, throws it on the boot, looking forward and ends up and finding in Thatcher.
Oh, I thought 50 maybe.
Yeah,
The old right jab.
Thatcher delivering. There's Winnie Geeshan, bounces in front of him. He's able to, wasn't able to collect it. He finally does. Got the handball off. Bedgegood threw the boot in, wasn't able to get anything with it. And ball's wrapped up there with Holmes and Monk, and we'll have a ball up inside Maffra is where they need it to be. 25 minutes gone, final quarter. It's the Magpies leading by 14 points.
May have already slipped them, I think, now, Timmy.
Yep. But McGuinness taps it over his shoulder. Running out of the back half for the Magpies. Neat little kick, nicely done by Whitford. Found Martin in the middle of the ground. They got some spread. Jack McLaren's been great for Gippsland. Isuzu Ute. He might just be our player of the day as he kicks over the top towards Adam Wallace, who can mark at half forward. His kick, though, was smothered by Big Hutz. Has to go and try and win the ground ball now, Big Hutz, and he does. He squeezed a handball out to Renoy, who'll win the free kick. In the back, over the shoulder, take your pick. And 25 minutes gone in this final quarter. The Eagles need to move it quickly. Cade Renoy just a little bit proppy after this one.
He might have to sit down tonight as well.
It's a little bit of a hip flexor area.
I'm sure it was a bit low.
Oh, and Renoy's kick now. Come off the side of the boot on the switch, but it just worked out okay for Robbins. Out to Pollard, who couldn't complete the mark. Lang was there for company. Taps it between his legs. He might see the boundary. Wants to keep it in, though, Lang. Don't know where the footy is. Lang taps it to himself. Pollard does well in the end. Got tripped. Handball inboard towards Alex Carr. Got one over the Ed Carr, over the shoulder by Ronke. And the umpire said no, it's all okay. It was Wallace there as well. And 26 and a half minutes gone. We think this is done. 14 points. Been an entertaining game.
Pretty sure I'm the closest with the margin as well at the minute.
14 points. Boxer, you said 21 and Timmy said 17. So not quite the closest. Paul also said 21. As we're going to stoppage again at about 55 metres out from goal. 26 minutes gone. Final quarter. The guys are on standby back at the Terrelgan Rec Reserve this afternoon. Lauren Buckley, Andrew Howe and Rob Popplestone will take you through the in-betweener show before the big clash between Morwell and Terrelgan kicks off at about 6:30.
6:30?
6:15 thereabouts for the pre-game. They're doing the Anzac Day ceremony. This has been an entertaining game, this Battle of the Birds. The Magpies trailed by 21 points at half-time. They're now leading by 14 late in the last quarter. Maffra go forward one last time maybe, and Hudson Holmes was able to take the uncontested mark at halfback.
Holmes comes out to the far wing to find Whitehill, and Holmes will be a happy man now. He wouldn't have been at half-time, but I think he'll be happy after what's been a tough initiation in that first couple of quarters for him. Whitford is just looking as to where he wants it. He's now been told to move it on. Goes long down the line to a 2-on-2 contest. Campbell, McGuinness, they came over. No one's able to get it. Felsberg, he got it on the boot, out towards the boundary line, and it'll go over, and we'll have another boundary throw in. Just ticking over 28 minutes gone here in the last quarter. As Scud said, it's been a great contest. The Eagles were up by 21 points at half-time, and they now trail by 14 points. Ticked over. McGuinness got the tap down, didn't go anywhere with it. Wrapped up straight away in a tackle by Renoy. We'll have another ball up 50 metres out from the Sale goal. The two ruckmen have gone hard at it all day, McGuinness and Jones. They've been good. Jones gets to the front, smacks that one out. Diamond, he'll look to pick it up. Carr took him off the ball. Nothing out there. Off the ground there was Butcher from Sale. Jones got the handball out, ended up straight in Campbell. Campbell on the left foot, flicks it around the corner, and there it is! Sale Magpies have won the Battle of the Birds. They've come from 21 points down at half-time to beat the Eagles. Magpies 12-11-83 to the Maffra Eagles 10-9-69.
There it is, the first victory for the Magpies in season 2023 on their home deck. We're going to get to a quick break. We're going to wrap things up. We've got one segment to wrap it up. I'm going to hand it over to the guys back in Traralgon. You're listening to Gippsland Live. All thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. Thank you. Oh, when? 4:42. Oh, gee, at 4:52, I thought, whoo, jeez. Okay, cool, yep. We're going to be real quick in this next one too. Shannon Lang, yep.